This time on First Impressions, John Burko.
Order! Order! This deal, I'm bored of it. Ladies, gentlemen, and all other gender-specific pronouns, welcome to Two in the Bush. I am Shaun and I'm joined as ever in the bush by Timothy Broad.
I had a conversation about gender politics the other day. No, it's today.
Right, okay.
College.
At first, I just thought you would just bring that up randomly, but then I remembered the catchphrase.
No,
did you ask them if using that phrase was okay?
It was,
Because I feel like I should at some point.
It was about how it annoys me that, the only shows I can think of are Doctor Who and the newest Star Trek.
All that sci-fi.
They make a big hullabaloo about having a female protagonist.
Right.
Like as a leader or whatever.
Yes.
But it's not a big deal. That's the thing. We shouldn't be making a big deal about the fact that it's now a female character. It should just be okay. That's how you really beat the system.
Maybe I'm really clutching at straws here, but maybe because it's a sci-fi fantasy, that's why they make such a hullabaloo of it. If it was in real life, people would just say, okay.
That's probably right. Well, granted, given the fact that Doctor Who has always been a male alien.
Yeah.
And
a malian.
And now it's
not a female alien until now.
And then now it's a female. But I can't be bothered. Never mind. Really,
conversation ends.
No, I really can't be bothered.
This is a rabbit hole.
I stopped watching Doctor Who anyway. I have no opinion.
Is the rabbit hole bigger on the inside?
I can knowing Jo Whittaker, she'll make a big deal and want it to be on the outside because...
What?
That's the name of the actor who plays...
Yeah, I'm just confused by the reference.
I think she's quite a strong feminist, so she'll want to make a big hullabaloo out of it. Anyway, enough of that.
Yeah, that again...
Sorry, it just popped into my head. I finally, it sunk into my head, the name, your catchphrase, ladies and gentlemen, not our gender... I just thought, I talked about gender politics today.
Yeah. Was it with Amber Rudd on a hammer?
No, it was actually with classmates, and it was fine. But no, it wasn't with Amber Rudd.
Intellectual debate.
Yeah, and it was actually with women, and they actually... Now, I'm not saying that all women will agree with me, but they're like, yeah, I understand. Don't know why it's a big deal, but it just is.
Mm.
I mean, they actually like Jo Whittaker as Doctor Who. I'm not a big fan. I find her character...
I thought she was okay. But a big bugbear from people, because I didn't actually watch the whole series, but a big bugbear is that her character seems to be quite inconsistently written. Sometimes she's doing something, sometimes she's doing others. It's like in the Spiders episode, she cares about the big boy spider. I think it's Queen Spider or whatever it might be. The fact that she was suffocating and she was going to die, but didn't mind at all that about 5 minutes earlier in the show they had drawn all the spiders into a really small room using the magic of Stormzy and trap them in a room to all suffocate and die. So...
Oh, good point. Yeah.
I didn't even realise that at the time, but then people brought it up, I was like, oh.
I mean, that's many people that's many people watch Doctor Who episodes ever, I think. No, I just find her character... I know the Doctor's is kind of meant to be an eccentric guy because he's not human.
Yes. Guy is being used gender neutrally there.
Yes. But she doesn't come across as eccentric. She just comes across as a bit batty. Really. What about when she went, oh, I love wellies. I do like wellies. I'm like, she just sounds like my mum. She just sounds like my mum. She goes on a little bit about something. I'm like, okay, calm down. Wellies aren't that amazing. You can say, oh, but that's a character. She's never been introduced to wellies before. Fuck off. Of course the Doctors would know wellies.
I was going to say.
She just comes across as batty. That's all she comes across as. Not eccentric,
I mean,
just batty.
By that logic, then, did Matt Smith Doctor, in all of his however many years old he was, did he never come across a fez? previous to
No,
this?
no. He was aware of fezzes. But he just said fezzes are cool. I think fezzes are cool.
Right. Okay. So
But she just went on about wellies for no reason.
the way you're saying this makes it sound like it was like a 10-minute excerpt.
Oh, okay, it felt like 10 minutes. Just wading through mud going, oh, do you like wellies? On the wellies, I always bring a pair of wellies. Like, shut up! It's just wellies.
Hang on, I thought she didn't have wellies.
Oh, she does have wellies.
Oh, right, okay. So, right.
But it's just not funny. It's just so not... It's just like... It reminds me of The Room, where they don't know how to construct a scene, so they just have the characters throw a American football at each other just to break up the fact there's a conversation going on. Have you ever watched The Room?
I haven't watched the Room in its entirety, but I'm aware of
there
some
are
of it.
scenes just dedicated because they go.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
Because they don't know what to. How,
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, it's they don't know how to. What's the word?
Right. You've got these ideas, but they are in two separate scenes.
Yeah.
And instead of coming up with two separate scenes and a way to transition in between them, you just smash them together.
It was more just the fact that characters enter. Right, you know, like you start with a script. It says characters enter scene. He had no idea what to do with them after that, apart from they start talking. That was it. He just thought, how do I break them up so they're not just standing there, just going, "Hello." No, very much are. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Johnny. It's like the flower shop. Sorry, I'm Tim, by the way. I never said my name was Tim.
I said your name was Tim.
I'm now verifying that I'm Tim.
Verified Tim. I can see the blue check mark on his forehead.
Tim.
Yeah, with the word Tim underneath it.
So,
I think we should do a wordplay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm still really low on wordplays. I haven't really been able to come up with very many recently.
I thought we had like a backlog.
I know, but that was on my old phone and they all got lost.
Oh shit! Yes.
Yeah.
How did you not lose everything else?
Well, I just came up with new ones.
Oh, okay.
So, so this week, Tim.
No, wait. Didn't we have the top? When did we start one in the hand? Was that before you got a new phone or after you got it?
That was after.
Okay, that's why we haven't lost anything. Okay, so wordplay.
Right, this week, Tim, you could win.
Could win.
A mint-flavoured liqueur that lasts for up to 31 days. He's thinking. I can hear something making a weird background noise. I don't know if it's picking up on the mic.
It'll probably be the television downstairs.
Probably. Well, that's quite a loud background noise if it's coming through the floor.
Yeah, I'm probably after this first segment. I'll turn it down a little bit. I'll close the door.
No,
anyway.
it doesn't sound like an actual TV. It sounds like something. It sounds like a fan going around, like a beep, 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 beep sort of noise.
Oh, I can't hear that. Anyway, sorry. We don't want to just go silent so we hear this. A mint flavoured liqueur. Okay, that has you sell by days, like 31 days away. Or
it lasts for up to 31 days.
Right, there is a mint flavoured liqueur. I assume.
Yes.
Are you referring to a mint flavoured liqueur?
Yeah, yes, that's why the thing says a mint flavoured liqueur.
See, I don't know what the name of it is. I don't know the name for any of the alcoholic drinks. The only one I remember is amaretto.
Okay, well, I'll try and come up with one for amaretto later.
Has it got almond nuts in it?
It may do, yeah. I don't know.
That's the only reason I can remember it.
Or almonds. Tim just remembers everything to do with almonds.
It's nothing to do with cornettos, is it? When I think of
what?
When I think of mint flavoured things, I think of cornettos.
Hang on.
Alcoholic ice cream.
Alcoholic cornettos.
I mean, if you're talking about anything that's alcoholic and creamy, that's just Baileys.
That's fair. That is fair.
Actually, no, Baileys is a liqueur, isn't it?
It might.
Yeah.
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 Baileys is not the answer in this.
Okay.
Though. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go for it.
It's creme de menthe. Because the thing is, the liqueur is creme de menthe. Creme de menthe. So lasting for up to 31 days, creme de menthe. There you go.
It was good, but I didn't win it. That's all right.
No, that's fine. We're all sober here on this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Man, I don't know. I just can't remember the name for anything. Names from anything.
Anything ever.
Anything ever.
It's just not that. I don't know how.
Randomly. You know that? Oh no, you didn't have it. It was meant to be like the best alcohol in the world, the most best beer Was it called Delirium? That one from Belgium with the pink elephant.
Oh, no, I bought that for my dad.
Yeah, did he like it?
He said it was okay. He said it was quite strong, but he enjoyed it.
I found the reason why I was on the fence about it. I mean, normally I'm not a big fan of beer anyway. But it was because it might have had an ingredient, I can't remember what it's called, but it's not in all beers, but not many people like it. It's very acquired.
Right, okay.
So that might be why I didn't like it.
Actually, if you're speaking of...
because it was beer.
Well, I think the main reason that I bought it was because, particularly as a child, my dad had a bit of a running joke about saying if there's something that, I don't know, might not be happening, he'd say, "Oh, look, there's pink elephants everywhere." So when there was the idea, I saw this beer with a pink elephant on it, I thought, yes, I'm going to get that.
Wait, so when there wasn't things going on, he'd say there's a pink elephant in there?
No, something that's clearly bollocks, basically.
Is that kind of meant to be a reference to the elephant in the room? Was that
maybe?
Which is a pink elephant that's bollocks?
Yeah, I mean, I think the joke also came from the fact that one of the soft toys that I had was literally a pink elephant.
Do you remember that elephant that was the patchy one? What was it called again?
I can't remember this. I feel like we've had this conversation on this podcast before.
I think I get. It's not Harbour Bubba, is it?
That's a chewing gum.
That's a bubble gum.
Yes. Is it Trident? Is it Extra?
Shit.
Is it actually how it feels to chew 5 gum?
I can't remember what it's bloody called now.
Tim, I'll be honest, I can't be bothered to Google.
I want to know. It was an important character to my life. It was like it told you about racism, low subtle racism. It did.
Right. Okay.
He was bullied. I don't know what. All like people thought he was super cool, and then everybody else. I can't remember the name of the story. It's important though.
Okay. Actually, if we're talking about award-winning things,
yeah.
You know the kebab shop round the corner from my house.
Yeah, they won it.
Yeah, they did.
They won the one, or like were they one of the winners?
I'm not entirely sure. I haven't checked what, because basically there is a competition for Britain's best kebab shop.
Was it the Daily Mail?
I don't know, and I'm hoping to God it's not.
I think it was the Daily Mail.
Oh no, but
okay.
I thought it was an independent thing. I thought it was just being reported on in the Daily Mail.
Oh, we'll find out.
But one of the ones that got nominated was one that's literally just round the corner from my house that I use that I eat from quite a lot, and I get the feeling that I wouldn't have eaten as many doner kebabs in my life as that I have if their ones weren't so good, because they are very good. And now, actually, just a couple of days ago, they put up a big banner on the side saying UK's Best Kebab Shop Award Winner 2019. Damn!
And now the prices have gone up. Is that true?
Well, they did when the word first came through, but I thought that was more to pay for the new menu boards that they had put up, which could be that. I don't know.
That's what they'll tell you, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but you know that just going for that happened.
So
you while you're googling,
yeah, I'm googling it. Yeah.
If we're talking about things that happened, because we've been beating around. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
You know what? I will talk about this later, but Tim is shaking his head.
You know it's the Daily Mail or the Mail Online where it goes, they've all done a good. List of Britain's best kebab houses is revealed. So is your local on the list? Donna Good. That's even worse than order. Now.
Well, hang on, Donna. I don't know if it's meant to be done good, Donna.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work when you say it.
No, it doesn't. No, and also the grammar's.
I feel like there is a better pun in Donna.
But of course, it is the Daily Mail, so don't expect much better than that.
We at Two in the Bush are telling the Daily Mail to shish.
Shish. So
that was a pun on shish kebab.
Shish kebab.
Yeah.
Oh no! You need to just be a writer for them, man.
No, never. I will not sacrifice my integrity for the pun opportunities at the Daily Mail.
How many were there?
Wow,
there are actually a lot. No, they did it in local areas.
Oh right, okay. So probably we won the southeast area.
Yeah.
I said we won, like I'm part of the staff.
Damn,
actually, Tim,
there's actually a lot there. I'm not even joking. That says a lot about the UK. We have a lot of kebab shops.
We do. But I think everywhere has a lot of kebab shops. Actually, I was about to talk about stuff and beating around the bush, but we haven't done the band name thing yet.
Yep.
So this week's band is The Limits of Adhesion.
The Limits of Adhesion?
Adhesion.
As in
like adhesives. Adhesion.
The Limits of Adhesion.
Yes.
That almost sounds cool.
Actually, you know what? I thought about this the other day, and I thought, thinking about band names, and I thought if I could have a band that would, like a comedy band,
Yeah.
and that there would be no repercussions involved, I would have a band called Sponsored by Squarespace.
Brilliant.org.
Or it could just transition each time. First time sponsored by Squarespace, next one sponsored by Wix.
NordVPN.
Or NordVPN. There's NordVPN adverts on the telly now.
Right. Here's the thing. Why all these adverts? Is it because they're good, or is it just because they're desperate?
I think they're just using new ways for advertising. And I suppose using YouTube is quite progressive. Well, not progressive, but
Well, I guess if you're online,
trying to get with the younger people.
if you're online and you see this advert, it's about being safe online. It's probably good. Thing is, I already have a VPN.
Right, I've been tempted to. Genuinely, I have been tempted to use VPNs, and the only one I can ever think of is NordVPN. So in many ways, it's kind of working.
It was the one that Kieran made.
Oh yeah,
Kieran made a VPN. He broke even, and then I think he wouldn't be able to ever make a profit on it.
Right.
But and I think he gave it to somebody else, but he still has his backdoor access to it.
Right.
So he put me into it, and my account will last until I'm 9,999.
That's good.
So
I mean, do you intend to live that long?
Yeah.
Well, if possible, I suppose so. I'd say. Yeah.
I want to. I'd be really if I'm living in a robot body by that point, and all of a sudden it just says you are. I don't know.
The thing is, though, your account would be there, but your body wouldn't. So what if somebody hacked into your body?
Oh shit! Fuck! You're connected to an unsafe thing until somebody starts manipulating it. Damn.
Actually, do you reckon that the key to human sentience and making people be able to live in robot bodies, do you reckon that all hinges around the limits of adhesion?
Good question.
Maybe you can't physically glue a brain to a robot body, but maybe in the future you might be able to.
Have you heard of cold welding or whatever it's called?
Cold welding? Is it like freezing? But
it's where something gets cold, like freezing, like near.
Yeah. I guess that from the word cold.
And it's an even stronger bond than like welding conventionally.
Right. Okay. Imagine it's very expensive.
No, it just sort of happens. It happens in space.
Oh, in space, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you get So when anything comes into contact with air, it'll oxidize.
Right.
Pretty much, like you wouldn't notice it, but in space, if you're all of a sudden to like sand a surface or have a clean surface, it won't oxidize because it's in space.
Yeah.
So then, if you then get another clean surface.
Basically smush them together.
Put them together. The electrons don't know where that bit of metal ended, and then where this one begins.
Okay. So they just kind of.
And then the electrons just go.
So that's
it just locks together.
Yeah, that's just a chemical.
Perfectly.
It's like space Lego.
It kind of is like space Lego.
I mean, actually, can this only happen in space, or have people found a way to make it work?
No, we did it in a vacuum.
Okay, right.
It's more to do with. It's not necessarily cold being cold. I think that helps. But you can do it in a vacuum.
Because the reason I'm asking this is because I get the feeling that if Robot Wars would have got a third season, that really rich bloke who was trying to win the thing would have tried to use cold welding.
Just cold welding to
make the robot.
I would have had to call it Sub-Zero though, wouldn't he? Really?
Oh, of course he would.
We would have to call it Sub-Zero.
Kelvin.
Or Kelvin. Fuck! There you go. The limits of adhesion, Kelvin. There you go.
Nothing on the band, but we'll leave it at that.
The limits of adhesion, and there's my answer, is cold welding.
Yeah, so.
And it's... Yeah.
So what does that tell us about the band?
Well...
Could be like math rock.
What's math rock?
It's...
Did you just come up with that on the spot?
No, it is an actual genre. I'm just trying to remember. I think it's something that... It's music that's kind of composed mathematically, I think.
By robots?
Not by robots, but it's like the patterns and time signatures and stuff are done in a way. It's like there's a song by, I don't think they are a math rock band, but I think Tool did a song called Lateralis, which was all based on the golden ratio. the way that the music was played, the time signature on the drums, and
Did he sound any good?
It was all right, actually.
I thought it'd sound crap. Really, I thought.
What, the golden ratio?
Yeah.
Are you aware of what the golden ratio is?
No, but I think it would sound crap.
I think you can have a tap. I mean, I've never listened to it fully, admittedly.
The reason why I think it would sound crap was because many of the early numbers in the golden ratio are irrational. Sorry, are
like very low. Like
no, they are. No. I mean, sorry, not irrational. They're
prime
numbers. 1,
1,
2, 3, 5. Then what's after 5? There's 8. That's obviously not a prime number.
No.
Then it's 13.
Yeah, there are a lot of.
And then it's after 21. It's 21 plus 13. It's 34. It's definitely not irrational. Yeah, it's just quite a lot of prime numbers at the early things. So I thought it would just sound crap. Because often, like with music, it's just like 4 time. Well, 4 is just easy divisible by many things.
Yes.
Well, they just keep chopping it up into nice sections, 8s and 16s. Anyway, point being, that's why I thought it'd sound crap.
Well, I think that they could. I mean, there's probably a way to make it work, but
I've never thought about that. Because things that follow the golden ratio visually are pleasing. I don't know why, they just are. Like I think the Mona Lisa is broken up. You can shove a spiral on top and it look pleasing. And I think there was another famous picture, I can't remember what it was called, but that can put, and also Trump's hair, as I've said before, follows an arch secret. So that's why he won the election.
Anyway, let's not get.
Can music sound pleasing with the Fibonacci sequence?
You could, if you could use a golden ratio of samples by using the Fibonacci sequencer.
What? Sorry, that joke went over my head. I'm so sorry.
I think a sequencer is a type of synth. I think that you can put samples on and stuff. Don't quote me on that. I might be getting that wrong, but you know. Anyway, let's move on from this topic.
No, well,
Tim, I've got
the name. Sorry, the name of the band.
I've already told you it was the Limited Civilization.
What? And we said.
And they're gonna be math rock.
I'm just gonna go for synth.
Okay, right. Synth pop. Right. Okay, that's fine.
Pop and maths. There you go.
There you go. Right. Okay. So, right. Stuff to talk about that's happened in the last couple of weeks. I'll tell you a big one. I went to Italy.
You did go to Italy.
Yes, I did.
How was Italy?
Italy was very nice.
Hot?
It was quite hot.
Really? Even in this weather? Yeah. Even in winter, sort of?
Well, there was one day, the Sunday, because I was over there from late Friday to Monday. Sunday was a bit cloudy. But Saturday and Monday were lovely.
Yeah? Like, how hot are we talking?
Like about 20 degrees.
Damn, man. Wow, I guess we haven't got the cooling. Right, this sucks. I want to quickly complain.
Right.
People say it's great to live by the sea because that means that the winters are warmer and the summers are cooler.
Yes.
That's just crap for both.
Yes, yeah,
For me, in my opinion, that's just crap. It means you don't get snow in the winter.
It's a weird middle
and the
ground.
summers are just wet.
Yes, they're just moist.
And crap.
Moist summers. That's another band, man.
So
that or a porno title.
No. But yeah, anyway, back to Milan.
Milan specifically was where I went in Italy. I didn't go to all of Italy.
You tell your story.
I arrived there. It was very enjoyable. The metro was a bit hard to understand at first because I get into the metro station after getting the train from the station, and it's like I think it's the Centrale, Milano Centrale, and I knew that the hostel was very close to a stop on the 5th metro line, M5. And I go into the thing, I'm thinking, right, is there M5 at this station? And it said, and there was all these signs up saying M5. I was like, oh, brilliant, right, okay, I'll just head down there and get on the thing. But then I couldn't find the M5 platform.
Oh.
Like, well, where is this? And it turned out they had all these signs saying that you could get to M5 because you could get on the green line M3 for 2 stops, and then from that station you can get to M5.
Oh.
But they don't show you that in any way.
They just have maps?
They did have maps, but it took me a while to find them because I was trying to find a platform rather than a metro map.
Because historically, going to Brussels and
Yes.
then going to the Czech Republic and using the London Underground.
Yes.
they all have one thing that's really convenient, which is the colour.
Yeah.
And all you really need to know is the colour and then what the end stop of the direction you're going on, because then you know if it's heading the right direction. And that's been a godsend. And in fact, I found using the Brussels and the Czech Republic one easier than the London Underground just because they're smaller. London one's really complicated.
Really big.
Really big and complicated, even if it is in English. But you worked it out in the end.
Yes. And then, actually, there was a moment where I think, okay, right, I arrive at the metro station, go out, and then for about 10 minutes walk the wrong way. Because, to be fair, it was a bit dark, but you know, that's...
I don't want to...
But it was a bit stupid of me.
I don't want to bring up...
You're going to bring up Shaun Nav, aren't you?
I am going to bring up Shaun Nav. Is it fair to say that Shaun Nav is a real concept? It's not necessarily just an unfortunate coincidence, or was it were? It's not like the cause was something else and the effect was it appeared that you were the issue.
No, I feel like what it is that but the problem I had is that I didn't have much charge on my phone, so I wasn't really looking at Google Maps very much, and so basically what happens is when I'm not looking at a map.
You get
or a map, I have a choice to make, and I almost always get it wrong. But the moment that I go and check it, I realise where I'm meant to be going. It's not like I'm not the sort of person who would look at a map, think, okay, that's where I'm going, and then go the wrong way some more.
Okay, so you can read a map.
Yes.
But natural sense of direction.
Sometimes when I'm a bit dozy, it just doesn't quite work.
Okay, we will allow. That'll be why when you are using the map. That'll be it then. That kind of explains when when they're in the car going through Brussels. When you
going out to Brussels,
you were dedicated looking at the map, and then you were looked up and you couldn't recognise where that would be on the map.
Yeah, because it didn't give me any feedback, and also there was a lot of
you were dependent on it, and you didn't make the link that there's the junction there and there.
Yeah, and also because it shows that map, it showed you the road, but it didn't show you what lane to be in, what thing to go in as well. So all you know is that.
That's Kieran's job. Kieran's job is to...
I know, but he was all looking to me saying, which way do I go?
I know.
So... Yeah.
And after it went past, you went...
To be fair, we did discover later on that when we went into Bruges, when it said... I remember we went round a roundabout, and it said, take the fourth exit. I was like, okay, I can take the fourth exit. Mm-hmm. And then we take the fourth exit, and then it's like, recalculating route.
Oh, yeah.
And it turns out it was a bit broken.
Oh, especially when
it was glitching a bit, so we closed
underground, and then we came out of underground, it was like, no.
Oh, yeah, that was the first thing. The first thing that happened was when... This is before Shaun Nav was a concept.
Yeah, it told us to go underground.
Because it went into an underground
exit.
It went into an underground tunnel, and the problem was that as soon as you went underground, you lost all signal.
Yeah.
So I think it said turn right in I think it might have been half a mile or something like that. Right. It probably wasn't half a mile, but it's just using it for a distance. But then there's no signal, so it doesn't show you where you are. It just shows you at the edge of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So I've got to try and figure out
which one
it is. So now you see an exit that can go out of the tunnel.
Was it that one?
It would have been that one, yeah. But it's like I don't know how far we've gone.
Well, one wouldn't naturally think that there are multiple exits, and I think a tunnel is a tunnel. Tunnels don't branch off into more than one direction. A tunnel just goes through something.
And we also had the issue after we had to kind of turn around and then I think we went left to try and get onto the road where the hostel was. But this is Belgium stories rather than Italy stories. But but the thing is it didn't really show this really small road.
No.
That was really bumpy that we ended up going on. It just really showed the main road, and then suddenly we're on this tiny little road with the worst.
And the river.
We weren't in the river.
No, it's the main road river.
Yeah.
We went to on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
You figured it out. Anyway, back to Milan. You found your hostel.
Yes.
What was the hostel like?
It was quite nice. Actually, I get in there because it was a dorm, so there was four other beds and maybe 4 other people there. So I think, okay, well, it's a bit late in the day. I think I arrived there by 9 o'clock in the evening. So I thought, okay. Because I did think at some point that maybe... Well, I considered not heading to the hospital straight away and having a look around, but I thought it'd be best, because my logic was just, get in there, meet the people that are going to be in the room, and, just kind of settle down, because it has been a bit of travel, and then do most of the things on Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. And then I get into my room and there's no one in there. Yeah. Which was just a bit of a surprise. I think, okay, that's fine. So I just kind of settle down, put all my things away. And then it comes to like 10 o'clock and there's still nobody there. I'm like, okay, I'll just do my thing on, looking at stuff on my phone. Where weirdly, because the hostel company was German, all of the YouTube adverts coming up were in German, despite the fact I was in Italy. Which is a bit weird.
Oh yeah, because mining, it was mining or what? Did you look on the mining website?
No, I
found the hostel.
No, I looked on Hostel World, but it was...
Oh, I'm sorry, I got confused. It was Hostel World that we found mining, and not mining.
Yes.
Mining. Okay, Hostel World.
Yes, and so I'm looking at that. 11 o'clock comes along, still nobody there. Midnight. At this point, I'm thinking, right, okay, well, clearly there's nobody else going to be in this room.
Yeah.
So...
Do you put things on other people's beds?
No.
Do you nick other people's duvets?
No. I went to bed.
You just went to bed?
Yeah. 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Boop. Somebody walks in.
Damn.
And I am almost completely asleep at this point.
I was going to say almost completely naked. Like, whoa, that's a brave decision.
Actually, I was actually the only person of the people who were in our room that had the decency of bringing pyjamas.
Did everybody else sleep naked or in boxers?
In boxers, yes.
Oh yeah, here's the thing.
I saw far too many men walking around in just boxers than I would have intended on this holiday.
And this was the question I was going to ask. You said that they are is it unisex? Is it unisex? What's the term for like
mixed dorm?
Mixed dorm. It was a mixed dorm. I would as a person, I'd never want to do a mixed dorm. Like, if they say, in mixed dorm's cheaper than a single sex one, that'd just be annoying. Like, who on earth would want, I'd find it uncomfortable.
Well, the thing is, with that, is that I realised soon after that it's only really mixed if they have to. If you can find it, because it was only, of the people who went in and out of the dorm at certain points, it was only blokes in there. Mm. And I think it is a case where it's like they have to say mixed just in case it has to be mixed, but otherwise they'll try their best.
So if they were full, hypothetically,
and also because overall 4 people went in, including me, went in and out of the hostel, but there was only ever 3 at a time. One guy went and another guy came in. All 3 of us were travelling by ourselves, which is something that girls don't tend to do.
Yeah.
For
safety reasons.
Yes.
Social reasons.
So I mean, actually, annoyingly, I'd set a timer for like half hour for this segment, and I haven't even talked about anything that's gone on in Milan. It's really close. Right. But I mean, so do you think we just carry on for?
Sure,
just to tell the stories, because
nothing's happened.
Nothing's happened.
Nothing happened.
So next day, I get up. The guy is still asleep.
Oh yeah, wasn't one of the guys really old?
Yeah, that guy came in second day. He was 75 years old. He was born in the UK, but he currently lives in Las Vegas.
Wow! Did you speak to him? You had a conversation?
Yeah, a couple of conversations.
Damn, 75
and
why is he getting? Wait, why is he getting a hostel at 75?
It's cheap.
I think he made a mistake. I bet no way would.
It's up to him, maybe
for young people.
Well, he clearly wants to
get it with the young people.
No, well, that's. I mean,
there's stigmas, all right, and they exist for a reason.
He was a nice person
from Las Vegas.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
He was a nice guy. He had a lot of good stories he said
he did.
Yeah, he was there.
He did.
He was there for 2 reasons. One, because he was helping out a language course.
Oh God! Young people.
Yeah. But the thing is, genuinely, the language course he was doing, apparently, one of the things that, because the teaching of English on the continent is a lot better than the teaching of continental languages over here.
Yeah.
And one of the things they do for a bit higher level people is that essentially they go to people of a small village and say, hey, we'll pay you this much, and for a week, can you all just kind of sod off for a bit. And then they get people to say, hey, do you speak English naturally? Well, yes, I do. Okay, would you like to... We'll pay you and you can come down here and you can essentially live in this town for a week. And then the students will come in and they are not allowed to speak their native language. They are only allowed to speak the ones that they're doing. And the best thing about this, apparently the week ends with each student doing I think it's 15-minute, without any stoppages or anything, PowerPoint presentation on a topic in that language.
Damn. You see, that's what my dad, when he went to Paris, because I think this was in the past, so the French were a bit more racist, and they didn't have many things not as many things translated into English. See, and my dad learnt French through reading the newspapers.
Right, okay.
Picking out words.
It was a risky strategy.
But it worked, clearly.
Yeah. And the other reason he was there is because after he'd finished doing this, he was gonna head down to San Marino.
Yeah.
Because, quote, it's one of the few countries that I haven't got to yet.
Oh, he was a big travelling man, wasn't he? Yeah, so he was...
And also, at one point, actually, I think he did this when we were getting breakfast. And we obviously went down at our own sort of times, but he happened to be there while I was there. And he said, and I'm going to do this in such a way where I'm going to pretend to do an American accent, but the fact that there's Britishisms in it is actually more of an accurate representation of what his voice was like. Because he still had kind of British things in it. He said, you remind me of someone. I can't quite figure out who it is. Like, oh, really? Who? Oh, I know, Stephen Fry. It was like, oh,
really?
Okay, I'll take that as a compliment.
Steve, I mean, he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, actually, I thought
Stephen Fry, I think.
But apparently, he's both. He said, "quote both kind of look wise and mannerism wise."
You look nothing like Stephen Fry.
I was thinking that
nothing
as well.
Like Stephen Fry. Nothing. Sorry. Mannerisms.
But yeah, I was
maybe when you're awkward, yes.
Yes, I was.
You're awkward, yes.
But I was talking to my dad about this, and he said, actually, given that he spent a lot of his time in America, given what the Americans' perception on Stephen Fry, that is actually quite a compliment.
Yeah, I'll give it a compliment.
So,
and probably just have if he's lived most of his life in America, then you probably don't see much English terrestrial TV.
Actually, he did say though when I said I was from Hastings, he said, "Oh, Hastings. But my uncle actually used to be the mayor." If Hastings.
No.
Apparently, it was like in the 40s. So
random.
Now, I'm not. I did not fact check that. That's probably bollocks. But it's...
Maybe I worked in the Hastings the mayor. Or granted, to be honest, do you remember the name of the mayor from the 40s? I don't know the name at the moment.
No.
So maybe it's true, but it's not as big a deal as you think it is.
Yeah. Yeah, he did actually say at the time. He said that nobody. He did say that very few people actually took the role seriously.
Well, I mean, it's more. It doesn't really have any power as such. You just ring a bell every so often.
Yeah, and a third person who came in. Actually, I should stress the first person who came in was actually Italian, who actually didn't have a place to stay.
Oh, so he just had to.
He couldn't afford rent, so he was going in hostels.
Oh.
And he ended up leaving halfway because apparently there was a mix up with the booking, so which was a bit crap. But also he got that morning when he woke. Actually, no, I left in the morning. I came back kind of mid-afternoon sort of time to prepare to go back out in the evening, and he's still in bed. I was like, "Oh, you're right there, mate." And he said, "No, I'm feeling ill. I think I got flu."
Oh shit.
Which is not ideal.
Did you catch anything?
No, I managed to not catch it, so that's good. And then the other guy who came in, was actually from Kyoto.
Really?
Yes, and he'd been travelling around Europe for. I think he said he was travelling. His trip was to go all around the place for about a month. About a month. And he said this is day 21 of 24 days.
I'm guessing his budget was starting to having to pinch his budget. Like, shit, run out of money. Nowhere to sleep. No, it was an okay hostel. It was mine. Mine was brilliant. Was it all artsy like the one we saw in Brussels?
It was quite a lot like that room, but a bit smaller.
Oh yeah, we had quite a generous room. We had just quite a lot of empty space in that room, I remember. It was quite bizarre. So it was a little bit smaller.
Yes.
Still well decorated?
Yeah.
Were you the youngest?
Yes.
By much?
Not really, because I think the guy from Kyoto, I think he was about 23, 24.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was all right. And then
75.
I spent all this time talking about the bloody hostel, not actually talking about the place, because Milan was a very nice place.
Very pretty place.
Very pretty place. There's a lot of pretty places, like the Duomo Cathedral, warm climate. There was. I went along to Monza, which is where they do the Italian Formula One race, and you could go in for like a tour for like however many euros, but they had like these experience things where if you pay probably quite a lot of money, they will take you around the track in like Ferraris and Lambos. And the thing is, they must have been doing that when I arrived, and one of the stands was just completely open. So I just went and sat in there and watched Ferraris and Lamborghinis going around Monza for about 20 minutes. It was awesome.
Sorry, I can't remember, is it a street circuit? Or...
No, Monza is a dedicated circuit.
I was about to say, if it was a street circuit, it must be very fortunate it was just open at the time.
Yeah, it's... and also head over to Como at one point, which is not in Milan, but it's very, 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 very close. In fact, almost straddling the Swiss border. In fact, at one point I did think, because the train that I got on would eventually have gone into Switzerland. I did think, could I just pop into Switzerland for a bit?
Just pop into Switzerland for a little bit. Is that what borders like control? Like, is it just open borders? If you go on
complete. Anyway,
maybe we'll check your passport or anything.
No, because it's Schengen area, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a weird thing where Switzerland isn't technically in the EU, but it is in Schengen. So
hopefully we'll get that deal when we leave Brexit.
Let's not talk about Brexit.
Let's not talk about Brexit, eh?
Because Lake Como, it was very nice, but that was the day it clouded over.
I find when it's cloudy, it's not necessarily super cold though. It's colder, but not like as cold you think. Yeah, unless it rained.
But also did a lot of kind of football-y based stuff, because I went to see... The main reason I was going over was to see AC Milan versus Inter Milan.
Who were you supporting?
I was a complete neutral, although my thought process was if I had to choose, given that here, even though they do share the stadium, the San Siro, but given that it's technically AC's home game, I would prefer AC to win because the reactions would be bigger. Inter won. 3-2 though. It was a very, very entertaining game.
No, didn't you say that you got like a scarf or something? No.
What?
No,
that was in Prague.
That was in Prague. We got a scarf, but it was actually for a different team.
Yes, that was me being really, really, really dopey.
That was really cheap.
I didn't get anything from there.
No, you didn't get
also because I was a bit low on money.
Oh, it's expensive.
Actually, the main reason I was low on money was because actually I was talking about continental breakfast earlier. And they had a thing where it's like, hey, if you want breakfast here, they said you can have breakfast and it's like £7.90. I said, oh, okay. And then before I knew it, I get handed the bill and they put it on there for 3 nights, and it's £7.90 each time. So then suddenly I had €20 less than I expected because obviously you had to pay most of the thing over on the. So I came.
I think euros, right?
Yeah. So I arrived with like €180, expecting the cost of handover to be about 100, but it ended up being about 125.
Did they have kitchens, by the way, if you cook your own food?
They do, yes.
Yeah.
And the thing with continental breakfast, because it was a continental breakfast buffet, all you can eat, and given that €7.90 for a buffet is quite good. However, given it's a continental breakfast, you won't want to have very much.
Well, it's just the same thing over and over again. It's just toast.
Also,
croissants.
Yeah, croissants are good, but
tiny sachets of jam and marmalade.
Bits of meat and cheese.
There's a bit of meat and cheese as well. Oh, yeah, I don't normally see that in a continental. I've seen cheese, but not meat.
Yeah, I think there's ham and salami. And also, they had cereal selections, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out where the milk was.
Oh, you have to pay for that.
I think it was in a tiny little thing, which looked like a coffee dispenser.
Yeah,
but
my problem with all buffet generally is that it may say, "Oh, that's a great price for how much you can eat." The only problem is
you don't know how much you can eat.
How much do I want to eat?
Yeah,
and if it really was like a continental breakfast for I'd say if you're going to eat a lot,
then
great.
yeah.
But at breakfast, I know breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but you can't just live off bread
No.
and jams and bits of salami and ham. But hey,
Yeah.
damn, that was cheeky of them. You could have just said, no, I just want it for one day. But I guess it's awkward.
Yeah. So, and then from at that point, I also actually did the tour around the stadium, which I was worried that you might have to book it, but you can just turn up.
Just turn up.
And say, hey, can I get a ticket? I think it was, how much was it? I think it was €11. Which, given I only had about 60 odd in my pocket for that. Actually, I might have been less than 60. Actually, no, I think I had about €40 in my pocket for that whole trip. So I didn't. The one thing that I wasn't really able to do was really authentic Italian foods and restaurants because that just wouldn't work financially.
Did you bring any figures home or any models of anything?
Not.
Did you try and bring home the snow globe again?
No. But I did get. My tradition is to get to not overload with souvenirs because you don't need to really. If you just have one thing that you could be able to see a lot, so that's why I'm big on key rings.
You're a keyring man.
I do like having a key ring, remembering where you were.
I collect flags.
You collect flags. Actually, that reminds me, I didn't get a country, like a nation's patch, which I also tend to get, which I still haven't put up anywhere. I have all these patches for all the countries I've been to.
I have like a whole bunch of patches from when I used to go camping. All the campsites sell them. I'm
currently getting out my keys, by the way. I admit that I had to get this last minute on like €2, but this is the one I went for.
Milano.
Well, I think Milano or Milan, it's the same thing. And you've got the image of Duomo, the big cathedral.
I can tell you the exact reason why I don't go for key rings.
Right. Hang on. I'm going to start again because my question is going to be: is it due to the risk of losing them?
It's that, but mainly because it starts to get quite bulky.
It does. I've got quite a bulky sort of set of key rings.
Eventually I just took off all my key rings because it just became so quite heavy and clunky. It just got annoying. I just need keys.
Just need keys.
They're cool. Key rings are cool, but like, yeah. But no, keep on doing it. I had a friend who had a huge collection. What they used to like, they put pins in a corkboard and like put them on a corkboard. Do that. Maybe get a corkboard and
I might
hook
do
them
that
up onto it because then that's a good way.
Also, I do need. Actually, I can't remember. I don't have any posters in like my bedroom, which is weird because I've still got bloody Thunderbirds things on it from when I was like 4. Because it's too much effort to take it off. But we're getting too distracted. We need to move on to the next segment.
We do.
So I think let's do that now.
So before we round up, I do want to say, very glad you had a nice trip.
Oh, thank you.
And I had a haircut, which of course
you did, which you can't see.
I was about to say, as the listeners can see, this is a audio only podcast, so you can't see.
Would it be as the listeners can hear?
That was a joke, but that's all right.
Right, okay. Apologies.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Let's move on.
One in the hand. This is the best jingle we could come up with. Go ahead and try to make a better one.
Second segment time.
It's one in the hand.
Indeed, it is.
I'm excited.
Good.
I'm concerned. You have your cup on the chair.
I do.
Let's place that. Let's see if that was audio.
No, I don't think it did.
Clean removal from the table.
Clean removal.
Right, so
what do we do in one hand? Well, I'm glad I asked that because
I was going to ask and then you...
Okay, you ask.
Sean?
Yes?
What's one in the hand?
Well, what we do in one in the hand is each week we essentially come up with 2 almost fake top trump cards, but they are for life. Instead of having a theme like big cats or Harry Potter characters or cars.
What was your first top trump pack? Do you know? I'm sure I've asked this before.
I think I got 2 at the same time.
Okay.
I think they were predators, as in animal predators, not sexual predators. That'd be a weird top trump.
Oh my fucking god.
And Doctor Who.
Mine. Oh yeah, which Doctor Who one was it? Do you know?
It was. I think it was after the second series.
That's the one
of the revival. So that's Eccleston's and the first one from Tennant.
Wow. Okay.
I think
that'll be the one with Rose. That's the one I wanted, but I could never find. I had the one with Martha Jones.
Right.
Now, am I right in saying that in that deck you had the Emperor?
Yes, you did.
And when is he just the most overpowered character on the deck?
Pretty much.
Like he had the highest evil rating, like 250. Do you know why I remember this? I remember this because I had they had a app. I think it was a game version of this on the Nintendo. I'm pretty sure, and I did all right because I knew half the deck because it was the 2 decks. There's one I had with Martha Jones, and there's one with Eccleston and Early Tennant.
Yes. What I specifically remember about that deck is that there was I think it was like an attack score, but I think from memory, both times,
Yeah.
the leader for both the Daleks and the Cybermen had 9, but the individuals, the Dalek and Cybermen, had 10.
Wow.
I think. Well, I mean, to be fair, if the Emperor given what the Emperor Dalek is, if he came at you, he probably wouldn't be able to do much. He's basically just a floating thing. But the Dalek is the shooty guy.
I thought the Emperor was the best looking Dalek ever. He wasn't really a Dalek though. He was.
Well, yeah.
What was he? Have you ever seen Have you ever seen a model of what he was? He was basically 3 massive panels of metal, all like in a hinge thing.
Right.
And he was a floaty. He was like in a glass cylinder below a head that rotated. It was very cool. It didn't make any sense though. I thought it was like he'd opened up his arm and he was like, "Oh, I'm cool." He was just a cool thing.
This is cool.
My first Top Trumps deck wasn't even a Top Trumps deck. It was Chad Valley.
Oh right, okay.
Chad Valley Trumps.
Can I actually ask you what your There was a big spike in the audio.
Big spike. I think I was you going like that.
I apologise for that. Well, actually, I feel like the mic is a lot closer to me than it is to you.
That's fine.
I'm going to move it a bit. So
Right.
enjoy this audio.
It'll be fine. No, it was a bit janky. That's all right. So yeah, as you were saying.
So what I was saying was I was just going to ask, what was your first Top Trumps duck?
Even by duck.
Because you nearly said duck instead of deck.
Oh. I had one on.
Was it a Malas?
I had one from London Zoo.
London Zoo?
It was a Top Trumps deck. It wasn't a Top Trumps, it was just their one.
Yeah.
And it had a bird on it. But it was, I don't know what it might have been. It wasn't a bird, mallard. I think it was a hawk.
A hawk?
Parrot falcon, probably. Because they're cool. Anyway, sorry, we got a trap.
We did a bit.
It's on a life.
Yeah, it's one on life. And if you're wondering, what do you mean by life? Basically, there are no restrictions of who can be in this. We have a database of all the ones we've done. And some of the entries include Kermit the Frog, Pringles, Julius Caesar, Cones, and a leech.
A leech? What was he going against?
That was against the Hugging Elmo when you called him a leech.
Yes!
And I just thought, can we just make it a
because we couldn't think of anything other than, I guess, another
It was a wild card round.
It was a wild card.
And you went for Hugging Elmo. So I just played off of that. Now, I think you're probably also wondering, how could you possibly come up with categories for this to encompass everything in life?
Fictional and non-fictional.
Yes, and concepts. Like cones.
Yes. Yes.
But so we have 6 categories, and so I came up with these. And when I was trying to think of them, I thought speed would be a good one. Came up with speed. And then I thought intelligence would be good. But then I got a bit stuck, so I reverted to what I know. So the other 4 are style, control, damage, and aggression. And we also give them a special skill as well, because why not? We've come this far, we may as well. Tim, you're on your phone.
I was just trying to find the Doctor Who one. I'm trying to find the Doctor Who.
I'm currently actually also using my phone to try and type out the things for who we're going to do.
Right, I was just writing Doctor Who Top
week.
Trumps to see if they.
So it's quite interesting. I mean, there's nobody looking at us, but I imagine if there was, it would look rather strange.
Yeah, I can't find it. I've got a PlayStation 2 game. I knew I had a game. Right. Okay. Anyway, so we decided. No, who came up with this? Was it my idea?
What
well,
to
I wanted to include them.
To do this week. We tend to do kind of rough themes most weeks.
So they're somewhat comparable.
Yeah, somewhat comparable. And I think last week you actually last time we did this, so it specifically said, I want to do a one in the hand on
twins.
Or yes, or famous siblings, duos. And the first we came up with was...
I came up with the Chuckle Brothers.
The Chuckle Brothers.
I gave him the Chuckle Brothers.
Yes, I will be... We have a kind of representing thing for each person, which doesn't actually mean anything.
Not really.
But we just, so you have one each to make it work out.
Just because I remembered that Paul Chuckle died. Was it Barry?
It was Barry.
Barry Chuckle.
Barry Chuckle died, so we will have to be rather...
Oh yeah, because I always thought that Barry looked like a Paul and Paul looked like a Barry.
They did have a bit of that,
I just
didn't
feel
they?
like one looked like the other. That's just how I felt. Anyway, so you're going to be the Chuckle Brothers.
Yes, so we'll start off.
Open up.
Speed. They could definitely move.
Cycle.
Cycle, yes.
They had terrible
But
coordination.
how quick are you going to be if you're crashing into every pane of glass on the way?
Yeah.
And slipping on banana peels? That's the problem.
Isn't that vehicle they had?
Was it a rickshaw?
What? Yeah. What was it? I didn't even. I never saw any of those around. Had a number plate on it.
Right, and it was definitely pedal powered.
It was pedal powered.
Was it like one of those things that you can, maybe not a rickshaw, but it's like almost like a pedal powered golf cart?
Yeah, it was pretty much one of them.
I specifically remember with a childhood friend of mine, because we were both children at the time. We went to Butlins with my mum and stepdad.
Yeah.
And we got into we paid money to hire one of those out for 15 minutes, and then we got told off by our mum and stepdad because, well, it wasn't our mum and stepdad, it was my mum and stepdad. They had technically different relations to him, but we went over a motion sensing fountain. So we went on and just water goes everywhere. But,
I found it.
oh, you found it?
This was their vehicle.
Right, okay. Timmy's coming in clutch with Googling live on
I
air.
don't know what it is.
Oh my god.
It's it's a very JPEG.
It looks like the chassis of a go-kart has crashed into a market stall.
God, there you go. Look, it's awful. It does just look like a market stall.
Yeah.
On wheels. So one would I think both. No, yeah, both.
Both are pedalling, but
Both could pedal.
yes.
But normally the.
But they are in a vehicle, so that would probably increase chances of a higher speed. So I mean, I'm going to go to comparison.
You could run faster, I'm sure.
Probably.
Like.
I mean, for example, we have Kermit the Frog here who has a speed score of 29.
Why did you get 29?
I think because of these erratic movements.
Erratic movements.
So do you think it's more or less than 29?
Less.
Less. 23?
23.
23.
He's slower than running.
Yes. Now, intelligence.
I'm of the argument that they are one. Like I know you could say two minds, more powerful than
Yes.
one. I really do think that they were half a mind
Right, okay.
to form one.
Yes.
That didn't perform very well because it was half.
Actually, I should probably put up the story that I actually saw the Chuckle Brothers perform live a couple of times.
Yes, you have.
And I specifically remember one where it was at the White Rock Theatre, and there was a thing where they're having to sneak through I can't remember what it was, but it almost looked a bit like the top bit of a castle almost. And
Did it fall down?
yeah, it fell down and they just started corpsing because they was just trying to act, and then it just you can see all the scaffolding and everything.
So what do you mean they started corpsing? Like,
Yeah.
What does that mean by corpsing?
It means you just can't help yourself from laughing. You can't carry on.
Right, sorry, I guess what it means. But they carried on. Did somebody put the wall back up? And
I don't think they did. I think they just
carried on with a collapsed bit of
well, it wasn't like a whole wall, but
No,
they were up on like a raised ledge. It was like a tiny little thing
Sure.
to kind of stop seeing the back part of the theatre, and it just went boom.
Bonk. It was a big crash.
No, it wasn't a crash. It was just kind of
Oh,
almost because it was kind of on a sort of set. But
and they just started laughing.
yeah, 'cause
Were they good fun though?
it was good
How old
fun.
were you at the time? Do you remember how many years ago that was?
I think I might be an 8.
Damn! I was like, 11, 12 years ago. Damn, man.
Yeah.
I wish I'd seen them perform. I wanted to. Part of me wanted, but I think when I kind of became aware of that, I wanted to see them. I was too old.
Right. Yeah. Right, so intelligence. So you're thinking about half a brain each, and obviously they're not. I mean, the whole show is based off of their incompetence, essentially. Character-wise,
they had good coordination.
I can say, Tim, I've just noticed you've got quite a bad spot
I
on
know,
your
I do.
face.
It's really uncomfortable.
It's quite
I
substantial.
don't know where it's come from. Sorry, audience.
I just see you scratching something, and it's like, oh.
I don't know where it's coming back. It's just, I guess, puberty round 3, I guess.
Yeah, I'm thinking intelligence be 15, 14?
50, 14.
14.
They had bright ideas sometimes.
Yeah, but it never really worked out.
Never really worked out because people would just be angry at them.
Also, I swear I've heard the concept of like puberty happening again as a joke somewhere. I can't remember where it was from. It might have been from a Rhett and Link song.
Probably.
I think it was the texting one.
I was thinking it was the nerd one.
No, I think it was the texting one.
The texting one?
Where it's like, I think I've text something. The line is something along the lines of I've text so much that I've bought on my own second puberty. What does that mean? Everything that happened before is happening some more. That's all I'm willing of sharing at this time.
Oh yeah. No, I know that one. Oh man, Red Link. I've been watching them recently. I'm back into watching them.
Yeah, I've kind of done that. Have you watched the GMM, like the tournament thing they're doing for cereals?
No, I haven't watched
But
that.
I've watched those, and they actually had a bit of an editing snafu where they had on the first episode where they accidentally showed how all of the brackets go out.
Oh shit. Oh dear.
Which is conveniently not used on the other three. But anyway, style.
They were a
Now,
style.
they
look like they dressed
it
up
would
as
not
like
surprise
they
me
dressed
if-
up as grandparents.
Yeah, it would not surprise me if there was like a Chuckle aesthetic or something like that, like a subsection of people who want to dress like the Chuckle Brothers and have those tashes. In fact, not just those tashes. I mean, it may not necessarily be the most stylish thing, but that's not necessarily what style is about. It's do you have your own style?
They did.
And they did. So I think
Which
this
was
is
looking like old people.
Yes.
Like I'm not even. My grandma, her outfit is very similar to Paul's.
Right. Okay.
Very similar to the Paul's.
The gender-bended pool. That almost certainly exists.
No.
Rule 34.
Oh god, yeah. I was going to say Rule 34. Do you reckon there's a Rule 34 for them? There's got to be.
I'm not willing to Google it.
There's got to be. Absolutely, it's got to be. Chuckle Vision.
Chuckle
Just Chuckle Vision. That's all it needs to be called.
Chuckle Jision.
No, it's just Chuckle Vision.
Anyway, let's move on swiftly. I'm thinking, given it's their own style, I'm thinking like I'm thinking about 29.
What do we give for Earth, Wind and Fire?
Oh, Earth, Wind and Fire, we're giving them a high one. That's right at the start as well.
Yeah.
39.
Lower than them.
Lower than that. 32, maybe?
32.
32.
Not stylish, but stylish. Their vehicle, never seen anybody else drive it.
No, it's
And they also owned the moustache.
They
like
did.
a good, proper moustache. Like a
Yes.
classic. When were those moustaches have been there around?
I'm thinking that's like a late 70s, early 80s moustache.
Like, it's not even like porn star moustache.
No.
It is, right? It's not even that. It's just a moustache.
Yes.
It's just default, grown, looked after, apart from just clipping so it doesn't get in your mouth.
Yes.
Moustache. It's just default moustache.
Right.
No
Okay.
waxing.
Now this one's going to be a low score. Control. Very little control on the situations they're going. Most of their plot lines for Chuckle Vision revolved around somebody else telling them what to do. I can't remember
I'm
the
going
bloke's
to
name.
say 4.
4.
They were pretty catastrophic.
I think that's a good score.
God.
Still not catastrophic. Damage.
That's a good question.
How many glass panes have been ran into?
How many times did they crash?
Yes.
How many things have they just broken?
I think this has to be quite high.
Wasn't Paul like a sort of inventor? Wasn't
I
that meant
think
to be
that
his
may
kind
have
of-
been a bit of a plot line in
He
that,
was like
yeah.
sort of an inventor. He came up with like some super running shoes for like a marathon in their school. And
Right.
They broke and they got stuck into a cement. It was really terrible. The more you think about that show, it's not great.
No.
It wouldn't hold up. It's very much British television
Yes.
show. It's like it's almost. Oh god.
But,
Sorry, what was the question?
It's a damage score.
Oh, damage.
I think like a 20s, maybe high 20s.
High 20s. 28.
28. And now and aggression. No, I think that's going to be quite small.
Oh god, of course it's tiny.
They don't mean any harm. They're nice guys.
They were just idiots. They
Yeah.
were cowboy builders
Yes.
who dressed like 70s cowboy builders who couldn't afford a van.
No.
And they were builders.
Yeah.
That's what they were. Damn, there you go. Answer your question.
So I'm thinking like a 9.
9.
9.
No, when do they ever get angry? Name the time they got angry.
I can't think of the time I got angry.
3.
3. Okay, 3 it is then. Special. Special
They
skill.
weren't just special.
Could their special be inventing shoes that get stuck in cement?
I'd say just teamwork.
Teamwork, yes. Makes the dream work.
teamwork makes the dream work because they go to me, to you.
Just to me, to you.
That was
just
the
to me, to
only
you.
thing. That was the one thing that just worked. They just got that. The only problem was with people getting in the way of it.
Yeah.
Their system was fine, to me, to you. Communication, on point.
Yes.
It was the problem with other people would get in the way. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I do scream it off. I just want to see where we are, roughly. Okay, so that's our first one. But second one, I was thinking, well, who else could we do for famous siblings? And then Tim
I did.
came up. We've weirdly come up with you came up with this idea, and I think we're gonna have to go for it. I think it is
The Cheeky Girls.
the Cheeky Girls.
So I'm going to have to quickly do a bit of research. I thought they were Portuguese. It turns out
They're
they're
Romanian. I've already got their Wikipedia page up.
Oh, but I need it because I'm representing them.
Okay, well.
Now, the Cheeky Girls.
But actually, I actually was about to say this, but Cheeky Girls have actually released 2 albums, and the first one was called Party Time.
Oh, yeah.
And Tim, I'm going to ask you, with one guess, what do you reckon that their second album was called?
EU Love.
No, I would. Oh my god, they should do something like that now as a comedy thing. But the title of their second album is In My Mind, brackets,
Yeah.
is a different world, a cheeky one, close brackets.
That's terrible.
Yes.
In my
Released in
mind,
2006. Yeah, In My Mind, brackets,
Brackets.
is a different world, a cheeky one.
that's awful. It's just awful.
I highly doubt that that's the no, we want to be taken seriously now album.
Right.
So let's move on to Speed. Let's do Speed first.
Yeah.
How quick do you reckon the Cheeky Girls would be?
How fast they'd be.
Yes.
I mean, they could dance.
They could.
Don't know if it was quick
No.
or particularly great.
But it's kind of, I mean, they didn't keep up with trends, I assume.
Right. Here's the thing. They were the embodiment of what was the era of music? Cheesy pop.
Cheesy pop.
Cheesy pop. So you had
Cheeky pop.
oh shit, there was like 3 bands when you think about cheesy pop.
Oh, what, like really cheesy, like early 2000s, really
Yeah.
cheesy. Maybe S Club 7?
S Club 7,
Probably Cheeky,
Cheeky
Girls.
Girls, and there's another one. I can never quite remember who they were.
Oh,
Who was the one who are the people who did the party song that everybody does? It's the Cha Cha.
oh, I don't know. Cha Cha Slide.
Who did the Cha Cha Slide?
Right, Googling.
Anyway, while you Google that, they were a something.
They were
I
indeed.
feel like I don't know if either I saw them before.
Hang on. Cha Cha Slide is a song by American artist DJ Casper, also known
Yeah,
as Mr. C the Slide Man.
yeah, he's the number 3. I think I might have seen them before, the Cheeky Girls.
Really?
Or it was most likely some, like 2 drunk women imitating them, to be honest, probably.
Tribute act.
Tribute act. It's not hard to... I don't want to berate them. They're perfect for their time.
Yeah, but I'm thinking for Speed, I'm thinking... Since we can't really decide, I think we have to go straight down the middle at 25.
25. Oh, it's too quick. I'm sorry.
Okay, 22.
22.
Don't know about you. They should cover that song.
They shouldn't. They really shouldn't.
Intelligence.
They knew how to play the game.
They did, although many people could say that that's more the label.
Yeah, fair point, actually. If they exploited...
And we don't know them as people, but from how they came across,
Yeah.
they didn't exactly seem like Harvard graduates.
I always thought they must have come off a cruise ship. Like a cruise ship performance. I just get that
Probably.
impression that they were a cruise ship, like
They're probably doing that now.
a Caribbean cruise sunk, and they were the only sole survivers, and they just started.
Oh my god!
They just carried on
No.
performing.
So you're suggesting that somewhere on that Norwegian cruise that had to be abandoned, there are the new Cheeky Girls.
Yeah.
That's how they're generated.
Bam, there you go. Everybody had. Where was that boat in the end? I think they.
I
Got
think
it
they just
working
evacuated everybody and.
I think they got it working again, but they just thought nobody wants to be on this boat anymore.
Hey, do you want to come back on this boat?
No.
No.
I hope they got their money back.
He probably did.
I'm sure they did.
So I'm thinking a risk of being too harsh, maybe a 13.
13.
Although the Chuckle Brothers' intelligence is 14, so do you think they're more or less intelligent than the Chuckle Brothers?
Less.
Okay, so
You've got to give some credibility to the Chuckle Brothers.
Okay, take it a bit lower then, maybe 8.
8? Wow. Okay.
Again, now I doubt they'll listen, but you know. Style.
Is this stylish? I found this on the Wikipedia page.
Okay.
In December 2006, it was revealed that the tabloids. It was revealed by the tabloids. That the former Liberal Democrat MP Lembit Ubik had broken up with longtime fiance. Hang on. You know what? Wait, hang on. What the fuck? What is this to do with the Cheeky Girls?
She's gone on to another page.
I don't remember. Oh, okay. So he had broken up with somebody else, and now was going out with the Cheeky Girl.
Well, both. Oh, one of them or both of them?
Yeah, because they were twins. They were.
Yes.
Yeah. God, that must be confusing. So, anyway, what's my point? So we were talking about, was this style?
Yes.
They just wore pink.
It was very pink.
Just perpetually pink.
But pink, you can't. It isn't necessarily their own style though, because the Chuckle Brothers have their own style, but your own style can't just be pink.
Oh dear! Have you looked on the Wikipedia page what the picture they used to represent them?
Yeah, it's not flattering.
It's not flattering.
I think it said it was a picture of them performing in Nottingham in 2010.
Nottingham Pride, and it's just them in bikinis.
Yeah,
it's just that like. Says a lot about how they're going to be remembered.
The thing is, they do kind of they look a bit like they almost feel like they look like they almost they're too old to be doing what they're doing. That's just a picture of Google Images, man. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, back to the story of style.
20.
Okay.
20 style.
I don't particularly want to talk to them for very long.
Control.
Ugh.
I mean.
Ugh. Where do you go
from here?
Of what?
Their music.
It was crap, but it was of a time that was perfect.
But again, that's probably more the label telling them what
record,
to do.
They were in control. They were controlled by the label records. They were puppets.
So is it? I'm thinking it probably has to be lower, maybe like a 16.
Jesus Christ! Sorry.
What?
It just doesn't stop. It really. Just type in Cheeky Girls. It just doesn't stop. You know what I mean? It just doesn't stop. Right? You probably want to go incognito, man. You type in incognito. I'm trying to find a picture. of them they're just normal.
Which is in normal clothing.
Just normal.
This is just not there.
Just doesn't exist.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I just can't represent these people anymore. I've got control.
Yeah.
Well,
they've got control over the wardrobe.
Probably. Oh God! I'll let you do it.
16.
16. Sure, that's a number.
He's in fact a number. Damage. Did they damage the pot world?
They damaged my search history.
They damaged your No, actually that's harsh.
My retina.
No, that is very harsh. And then they.
I would damage. Well, I'd say their music was not great, but granted, not much was great at the time.
No,
I mean, some things were all right.
But
Crazy Frog was 2006, I think.
Yeah, no, it was earlier than that.
Was it?
I think it was 2005, 2004.
So that's the prime time still.
I remember somebody. I think I was in year. Actually, I was in year 1. Or year 1. Actually, no, it was year 1 or year. No, it wasn't year 1. It was year 2. Year 2. So that would have been.
I remember being on a bus, hearing it for the first time.
Well, I remember somebody came in and they were asking people what's your favourite Crazy Frog song, like they knew more than one. But I misheard them and I thought they just said what's your favourite song. And because I was an idiot being swayed by my dad, my favourite song at the time was the one song challenging on the charts, which I believe was the cover of Amarillo that Peter Kay did. I was very young.
It's all right.
He's not exactly in my playlist today.
No.
But,
Well, what even comparing? Sorry, what were we saying? Asking them.
They're asking what's your favourite Crazy Frog song, and I just thought.
What was the rating we'll do?
Oh, for damage.
Damaging. Oh. Well, I don't want to say they damaged their own careers, but that was their career.
10?
10.
I don't think it damaged that much, so we're going for 10. And aggression.
I mean, they really wanted the cheeky boys.
They did.
They really wanted.
They did.
God, the more you
Given that their whole image can basically be described as, hey you there, weird, horny teenage male, threesomes. That's basically what their image was purveying, and that's quite.
I didn't want to say that.
Quite forward.
I didn't want to say that, but
Yes.
yes. I'll let you decide the judgment of that one then.
It's quite forward, and that's kind of could be passive aggression in a way.
No, they just. Why did we go?
Did they ever find the cheeky boys? Did they ever find the cheeky boys? I like to think it's like a search. They put a bit of lore into their music. They're just trying to find two people to complete the set. They on the last leg. It turns out that joke about EU stuff.
Yeah.
Channel 4 have already beat us to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Just no. Sorry. Just
Stop searching it.
Just to go from the cheeky girls to Barry, Paul and Barry. Oh,
Two ends of a spectrum.
I could tell you much.
24 for aggression.
Yeah, sure.
24. Special skill.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Of a time. They were just of a time that they life.
Is it cringy early 2000s memories inducing? Yeah, cringy.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
Cringe-inducing.
All right.
Cringe-inducing flashbacks.
As much as I'm not a big fan of them. I don't think anybody really sincerely was.
No.
You wouldn't wish them not to exist. I think they needed to be there. They were defining of something. I don't know what it was.
But it was something.
S Club 7 and the Cheeky Girls.
That
was something.
Yes.
It was something going on. There was something in the water. Somehow, after post 9/11, we got S Club 7 and the Cheeky Girls.
Sorry, I just love the idea.
And Paul and Barry Chuckles.
Imagine being in a situation where somebody said, "These, can you? I've never understood why did the Cheeky Girls and S Club 7 exist?" And then your answer is because of 9/11.
Oh, God. Let me just quickly get my check. S
Club 7.
So when were they around?
That was early 2000s as well.
They were. Here we go.
Because they're made.
98.
98. Was it really 98?
S Club 7. They were years active. 1999 to 2003.
Right. Okay.
That's still sort of.
So that wasn't quite 9/11 then.
Well, yeah, it's pretty close.
I mean, I did quite like the idea of them, before 9/11, they're just producing like hardcore grunge.
Yeah.
And then instead, we need to cheer people up.
Rich. Sorry.
Just reach. It's a re-release. Reach for the Stars was originally in a minor key and was all completely sarcastic, with a scream part in the middle.
Oh.
And on that note, I feel like
Who won? We didn't even come on.
I think we're all winners.
I think we're all winners.
Apart from Tim's search history. So next segment. Almost satire.
It is indeed almost satire. Oh, I'm nervous.
Tim is nervous. Now, what we do each week for Almost Satire is one of us finds 3 news stories.
3 news stories.
We actually did it slightly differently. Normally, I tend to go over from the previous week or a couple of weeks it's been since the last podcast. Tim was given a card game called the Fake News game,
Golden.
so he uses those cards.
It's golden.
And I don't actually,
No
you know what?
criticism.
I don't blame you because it's a resource that we may as well use. I'm just going to move the mic a bit.
And it is the embodiment of almost satire.
Yes, but the thing is, one of these stories is fake, and it is our co-host's job to figure out from those stories which one is the fake one. So far, we originally did it where I'd do the whole thing and Tim would have to guess, but we've started recently since you got that game to alternate.
I lost last time.
You did, and you were quite annoyed. You walked out at one point.
What did I lose about again?
It was the
Actually, you know what?
drugs for the.
Don't worry about
Okay, because you'll get you angry.
it. Yep.
So far on the scoring front, when Tim has been having to guess, he's waving the cards in front of my face. Tim has won 3 times, and I have won 8 times. However, when Tim has been doing this, you can tell how recent it is, he has won twice, and I am yet to win.
8-3. I'm almost. I know I am worse than a guess.
I'm currently worse than a guess.
Well, we haven't even had 3 yet of a 1 in 3 chance. We've had a sample of 11, and so far I'm 3 down. If I'm any good, although to be honest, if I hit 4, then I'll be above average and straight back to average. So I'm always hovering around the average mark.
Yeah.
We can hope. That's all right. At least I'm not detrimental to myself.
Denchmental?
Detrimental. I
You said denchmental.
Detrimental.
Also, I've actually currently now got a lollipop that I'm consuming right
Which
now.
is bad for your dentures.
It is. I don't have dentures.
Or do you?
But I'm going to use this like a New York cop uses a whatever it is they use, maybe like a cigarette bud. They just kind of chew it and kind of keep it in their mouth and kind of sound kind of tough.
Yeah. Sound cool. Right.
What stories you got for me, Junior?
Now, I've got a problem. For some reason in my head, I feel like if I do it in any particular order, you'll think, it's that one which is going to be the fake one. Tim's going to have like a meta, like he sometimes chooses the first or the second or the third, and there's some patterns.
I'll be honest, I wasn't going to.
No, but I'm paranoid, and so I'm just going to do it completely
okay.
random. So whatever order they are now in is the order I'll read them. Interesting.
Right, okay.
I'm now going to switch it up again. I feel like I could have given. It's all subtle stuff. Okay, we are ready. First story. From the 17th of April, 2015.
It gives you dates. Which is
It does. Truck carrying over 1 million bees tips over, releasing them.
Right.
Truck carrying over 1 million bees tips over, releasing them. So I was wondering if I flubbed that, but it's just a statement.
I wasn't gonna edit out a flub if you had.
No, I thought it was just going to be a pun, but there was just no pun.
Bee-leasing them.
Bee-leasing them. Releasing them. A truck carrying bees to an agricultural area in Idaho, USA, for pollination purposes, overturned, spilling over 1 million into the surrounding area. What other purposes would you have for a bee?
Comedy purposes.
I guess, yeah.
Bee.
It specifically says pollination purposes.
I do happen to know there are a lot of places in America where they do ship bees in for reasons that I can't quite remember.
Probably because we're all killing them all. They actually nick bees from other countries.
No, it's other parts of America. I think there's some plants that may be only able to pollinate with some bees or something like that. I don't know, but I do know that does occasionally happen.
So truck carrying bees to an agricultural area.
I'm now just down to the lollipop stick, by the way.
That's alright. USA for pollination purposes, overturned, spilling over 1 million into the surrounding area. Traffic was held up for over 3 hours as drivers were warned to keep their windows shut. To complicate matters further, there was also an Ironman triathlon event taking place nearby.
Right.
Damn.
For a second, I thought you were going to say to make matters more difficult, Iron Man 3 was also shooting near the area.
Goodness me. Right.
Okay, right.
That
so
is a story.
That is an interesting story.
Any thoughts?
Well, I can't see any immediate flaws in this one just yet.
Okay.
But it is about. But I've got to try and sleuth that, and I can only properly sleuth after hearing all 3. So you say you now read out the second story. I will listen while also putting the lollipop stick in the bin.
Oh, you ready? Okay.
Yeah,
Can
I
I
can
read?
read from over here.
Okay. We are going for the 20th of June, 2014.
20th of June, I'm also back.
20th of
The
June,
bid wasn't far.
2014. Fight breaks out between Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings fans.
Right, okay.
Two groups of university students, both in fancy dress, got into a fight in Cardiff. One group were dressed as Lord of the Rings characters and the other Harry Potter characters when the fight broke out. Gimli and Frodo were arrested and Aragorn was taken to the hospital for treatment, whilst 4 of the Harry Potter fans were also taken in by police.
Was Aragorn shot by an arrow? Was it him? I haven't watched Lord of the Rings. Which one gets shot by an arrow?
Oh, that's no, that's the wizard guy.
It's the wizard guy.
That's the bad wizard guy.
No, I thought there was a member of the heroes party that gets shot by an arrow
Oh,
at the end of one of the films. I think.
yes, that was one
Was
of
it
the
Sean Bean?
It was one.
It was Sean Bean.
No, he did get shot. That was that was in the first one.
Right. Okay.
I think it was in Fellowship of the Ring, or it was the second one where he was getting corrupted and then by the ring, and then it caused him to get shot. But then he died a hero's death.
Right. Okay.
Who else got shot? No, I think the big evil wizard guy, or he got stabbed by his minion.
Okay. Right.
That was the one who was played by the same guy who did Count Dooku.
I don't know the bloke's name, but I know who you
You
mean.
know what I'm talking about,
Yes. Now, my thoughts about this one.
Mhm.
University students.
Mhm.
They're in higher education. They should know better. Also, interesting that there's no attempt of showing how the fight started. What the original quarrel was to do with. Was it an argument between Gandalf and Dumbledore?
No, it said one group were dressed as Lord. They were dressed up. It was a fancy dress.
Well, I know, but you can have people cosplay. I mean, if it was like you're not allowed to dress as one as you're only allowed to dress as one set of characters, then not cosplays, then conventions would be bedlam. It should be like an all-out brawl. Have like Deadpool having a fight with Elsa and I don't know many Pokemon.
That reminds me very quickly. Have you ever watched Adam Savage Tested? Do you know of him, right?
I know.
The one guy who
He's Mythbusters guy.
One of the two. He went in
He's
a
the ginger one.
costume
He's not the bald one.
as a Lego man.
Right. Okay.
In like as if it was like a real creature.
Oh,
It was
actually,
the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life.
if cons were just all out brawls, then going as a Lego man would be quite good because if he gets on the floor and you have 5 or 6 people trying to stomp on him, they go
That was like his last stand strategy.
Yeah. Is that close to dressing up as a cactus?
One time use, one Lego brick. It will be, what's the most painful piece to step on?
Probably the 4 piece because they sneak up on you.
I was thinking the 1 piece, the little ones.
Oh right, yeah.
But yeah, fight breaks out between Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings fans. Final story.
Final story.
The 31st of March, 2017.
One day before April Fool's Day.
Actually, what's the date today? No.
It's 28th.
So this is Mother's Day. Assuming Mother's Day is always on the...
It's always on the Sunday, but it's not necessarily the same day.
No.
Something just happened with your computer there. It probably picked up on a microphone.
It was probably
Notification.
It was probably battery life or something. Anyway, colourblind cricket. What?
Cricket.
Sorry, that's really annoying. They put a dash.
I just quite like the idea that this card is just colourblind cricket.
No, that's literally what it says. Sorry, it goes colourblind. It's got a dash. I missed the dash. It just goes colourblind cricket.
Oh yeah, because it's on the same other line.
Yeah. I was thinking
colourblind cricket. ER.
I've never seen that before with any other thingy, but okay. I guess they ran out of space.
Yeah.
Colourblind cricketer to drop out of tournaments as he can't see the ball. Yorkshire captain Gary Balance may miss his side's county championship match against Surrey due to his colourblindness. Balance has admitted that when he had previously played with a pink ball, he had struggled to see it. I'm going to have a few net sessions with it, he said. If I can't see it, I can't see it. If you can't see the ball, you can't play cricket.
Yes, that is true. Is he a fielder or a batsman?
He was a captain. That doesn't help.
That doesn't help in any way.
Here's the thing: with cricket,
Is it like a multi-role type thing?
Cricket, when one team bats, everybody's batting.
Right. Okay.
And then when you're the bowling team,
Yes.
basically you have like 3 or 4 people that can bowl really well.
Yes.
And everybody else and you interchange them whenever you want to change them, and then people become fielders. Basically, it's a multi-skilled thing. You need to be okay at batting. You need to be batting and bowling are the more specialised one, but everybody needs to be able to field and catch.
Yes.
Basically. So
Now
it doesn't say what he was in particular. He just said he can't see the ball, which is a problem for the whole game. Let's be fair.
you see the thing with this is how has this not come up before?
I do know that they do play with different coloured balls sometimes.
Could they not
There's pink and red and white.
Okay.
I don't know why they play in different colours, but that's
what they do, right? But how has he played cricket for so long as to where he is the captain of Yorkshire?
Yeah.
So he's worked his way up all the way.
Yeah.
While being colourblind and only just noticing this now.
Your whole life.
Well, no, he probably knew he was colourblind for his whole life, but the thing is, he's like that. If he's only pulling out now because of it, and he said he's previously struggled with pink balls, why is he pulling out?
Well, he's obviously been able to do it. Let's see. Where's our George Captain? They missed his size match against Syracuse. Well, yeah, I guess he must have been fairly decent then if he's been able to get to captain.
Yeah.
Unless he just got lucky and everybody else is blind. Full stop blind. No, I think, they use different balls.
Right.
They use different balls. I don't know why. Maybe they use white balls in the evening because they're easy to see. The red ball's the standard colour, and I assume pink is
another colour.
So
you've got particularly it's when the cheeky girls are playing cricket.
They want the cheeky.
Were you going to go for cheeky balls there?
Yes. Then I decided no.
Cheeky whites.
There you go. Colourblind cricket. Cricket.
As in cricket whites, not anything else.
Colourblind cricket. To drop out of a tournament as he can't see the ball. 31st March 2017.
Now.
There are your 3 stories, Shaun.
There are my 3 stories.
You want any recaps?
No, I can remember them. There was the lorry transporting bees falling over and bees being released.
A million bees.
There was
the brawl.
Oh yeah, the brawl between the fans, and then there's the cricket story. Now, my first instinct is to think that the bee story be true.
Well, you said yourself it's reasonable.
Yeah. However, what has just come into my head is it's like the bees were. So the lorry crashed and then the bees were released.
What does it say exactly? Truck carrying over 1 million bees tips over, releasing them.
So, okay. So that means, presumably, it would have gone on its side. I doubt it would have gone on its front.
All the way up, or upside down.
Or upside down.
You're saying it balanced on its front.
Yeah.
Damn, man. They didn't think about that.
The bees... That is a crash, and it would probably disturb the bees.
Yes.
How do they get out of the lorry? Because the doors would still be closed. Unless if it's a flatbed, and they need to keep it in there for air
One
reasons.
of the ones that they have, that we often have in the UK, which is like, they're not like a solid block thing, it's just like a big kind of tarpaulin that they just tighten up.
Right, okay.
That's what my assumption would be. I don't know if they're in America. Obviously, you have the big...
Would be...
Anything with the word bee in it.
Yes.
And bee's a really common word to use.
Yeah, yes.
It was a joke, though.
Yeah.
It was.
It wasn't a particularly good one, but, you know.
That's all right.
So,
Yeah.
now, second one, the brawl between the cosplayers.
Oh,
Probably
just
the
very
least-
quickly, it doesn't actually say cosplayers.
It doesn't actually say
No,
cosplayers.
it literally just says a group of university students.
Right, was this on campus?
A fine Cardiff.
Right, okay. There's a lot of non-specifics there. Like, particularly since they didn't actually name any of the Harry Potter characters that went in, but they did name Lord of the Rings characters. That's
They
interesting.
named two. They named Gimli and Aragorn.
Right, okay.
No, that was it.
But it said 4 of the Harry Potter characters.
Quite vague.
Quite vague, but it could just be for space-saving reasons. Cricket.
Cricket.
This game is like this fake news game. I think it's actually quite difficult, and
It's a different meta.
Yeah,
because your one is where. Well, I say yours is pretty difficult because you're. Well, I remember why I got annoyed. I get annoyed.
Don't get annoyed now.
It's because how you change it is no consequence to the end product. It's not like the whole story is fabricated, which is hard, but it's so minute change that it's still true story. It's just told to the newspaper, which happens all the time. So you might have even told the real story. So anyway.
And then there's the cricket guy.
Cricket guy, yeah, what does it say? Yeah.
Who's
Cricketer.
colourblind. Who's colourblind cricketer.
Because he can't see the ball.
You see, with that one, I'd have thought that if they know that one of their players is colourblind, they'd change the colour of the balls. Why is it that he seemingly cannot change what the colour of the ball will be to one that he can see?
I could look up the rules if you want to
No.
to justify the story.
To be honest, that would be going too far into the...
All I know is that I've seen them play with white balls. I think they do it in the evening because it makes it easier to see. Well, they say pink balls.
Well, I think
cricket balls are red, right?
Yeah.
You say red, not pink. Unless they do have pink balls.
Maybe. No, it might be a... Hang on, don't they use that for kids' games?
I guess, and it's still true then.
Those are kids' balls.
There's a reason why they must be pink.
But this is county championship.
Sure. I don't know. He said he can't see the... Well, no, he said he can just about see... So he must be red then.
Yeah,
it must be like George's. Remember George?
Yeah,
green and
George.
red. Green and red he couldn't see.
Yeah, so...
Although you would expect he would have had... Anyway, sorry. There you go. I wonder why at that point he decided to announce it. That just makes me think, they've gone away with it for so long. And because you could just get away with people... Because here's the thing, it's just going to be damn... If like, say you lost the game because you couldn't see the ball, if you didn't tell anybody, you just say...
Is it possible to come out of the colourblind closet?
It wouldn't help him any way, would it? Either way, it's damning to you. I just thought about that. Because if they say, oh, you're not good enough for the team, you can't see, you haven't got the reflexes. You're like, okay, that's fine, I'll quit. But if he just says I'm colourblind, they'll be like, what? You've lied to us? Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have said personally. Or maybe I would have said either right at the very beginning, and if I didn't, I wouldn't have said anything ever. Especially when I didn't become captain.
Yeah.
He's a cricketer, by the way, not a cricketer.
Yeah.
He's a cricket.
I feel like I should.
You could, if you want to, employ
game theory.
Game theory here.
Well, I've never offered the game theory. I've just used that as a thing because I've said that, and that therefore adds an attention.
Sure,
but it's not like a thing where I can switch.
No. Should we make that a rule from now on in though?
No.
Like one-time use.
No, because we forget when we've done it. So,
fair point. And plus one time for eternity is not great.
No.
And even then,
so
there are 3 stories here.
I think
they're not translucent.
Right.
You can start which one do you think is real.
I think that the bees are real.
The bees are real.
And I'm
not going to confirm anything.
Okay, so I'm going to discount that one. It's between the...
There's the truck one. Put it to the side.
Okay. That is literally just for me. That is not for it's not an audio medium. You didn't even need to do that, but interesting that you're doing that. So...
Can you hear the good shuffling of the cards here? Let's have a listen. This is the 2-card shuffle. Can't see any reflections, can you? No cheeky reflections. Okay. No. Playing fair. Good. That was the quickest slam.
That was my phone going off. I apologise for that. The the Lord of the Rings Harry Potter fight is very vague, but I think that might be deliberate. I think they want it to be vague, and they're not deliberately not using those terms like cosplaying and stuff like that to throw you off. And I think that the cricketer has too many inconsistencies. So I'm going to say that the colourblind cricketer is the fake story.
Final answer?
Final answer. This is going to be where the B one's fake, isn't it?
I can reveal.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right. I can reveal.
You love this, don't you? The fact that I've done this so many times and you get to do it.
I love this. I don't know which one I should reveal first.
Well, that is up to you.
Because if I do let's real ramp up the tension.
Okay.
I can reveal that the colourblind cricketer.
Well, that's just the answer. You're not even having any vagueness. You're going to go straight to it.
Is real.
No!
Oh shit! Oh fuck! That was the answer one, wasn't it?
Oh wait, what?
No.
Yeah, I told you that. You.
Oh,
idiot.
that was your answer one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I told you that. You.
Oops. Oops. I meant to go for the other fake.
Is the fake one the bees or the fight?
Sorry, you got it right. I'm really sorry. I ruined it. That's all right.
I am now so bad at this game. Now we have that average, and I have none.
No, it's not. I failed.
I know, but you have some. I have none.
We've only had yours is only of a pool of 3. It's not.
Well, you had one when there was a pool of 3.
Hey, but that's average. Doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, colourblind cricket was real. I don't know why you revealed it at that point, but apparently he decided when he was a captain going for his championship, he wants to say he's blind.
So, was it the B one that was fake, or the fight one?
Do you want to call back some kind of glory? Do you want to take a guess which one you think is the real or the fake one at this point?
Well, at the time I guessed that both of them were real, but I'm actually going to use a bit of backwards psychology, and I'm going to say, as a kind of redemptive feature, is I feel like the fact that you deliberately put the card to one side, and the fact you were looking very intensely between the two, makes me think that the B one is actually fake now.
Really?
Yes.
Final answer?
I mean, yes. There is no point in jumping with this, but
I can reveal that the fight breaks out between Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings fans was fake.
Ah,
And the B one was real.
right. Okay.
Damn.
So I was right the first time, kind of.
Yeah. Damn.
So you now won 3 times.
Damn.
And then we go.
I don't know how, because I don't know. As I said before, I don't know how if the fake one is at all completely fabricated or if it was based loosely on truth.
That's the.
I could look it up,
But
why do I feel like I've heard that? I might have heard because I've played this game a couple of times.
So actually, now
into the discard pile.
Now we normally give sort of like a half hour sort of limit for segments. We still have about 5 minutes left.
Well, we did run over on the other one.
We did.
Oh, but you wanted to tell a story.
I forgot the story which particularly you, will enjoy the most from the trip to Milan, and that is that when the day of the time of the game, AC versus Inter comes along.
Yeah.
I have come back from Como, and I think to myself, right, okay, so there's going to be 80,000 people descending on the stadium.
You don't leave early.
Yeah, kind of. I probably should have left earlier in hindsight, but I should have left. But I thought what I'll do is just in case there's pickpockets.
Oh yeah.
I won't take my wallet or my passport. So I get on the line, which conveniently the number 5 line that my hostel was very close to actually the end stop for it is the San Siro.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, very handy. So I get on the thing. I arrive at the San Siro. It's very busy.
Very quick, may I interrupt?
Okay, go ahead.
You know, you said you were neutral there.
Yes, neutral.
Did you actually buy a? Do you bring a shirt along?
No.
Like a football shirt. You just wore normal basic.
Yeah, just normal clothes.
Fair enough.
And I go through the station.
Yeah.
And actually, there's a point at the station where you have to go through these barriers, and I think it's to stop there being a massive choke point between people trying to get in through this entrance of the stadium, of the tube line rather, the tube station, than going out, so they use a different exit, and it's got a little, kind of basically a turnstile gate.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I noticed that there was a recurrence of an old, not necessarily this person, but an old friend to this podcast. Just stories that we told, an old friend in terms of a concept, and that is, well, Tim, I will jog your memory by when I say this.
Mm-hmm.
Hakuna Matata, my friend.
Oh no!
They were deliberately stationed at the little choke point where everybody has to stop and go through the barrier to try and catch people out.
Yeah.
And the guy tries to do it to me.
Mm.
And I remember your tip was to just not give any reaction if they try and talk to you, to sound like you don't understand them, because they tend to prey on English tourists. And he goes for me, and he tries to put the finger around the thing, and then without kind of instinctively, I say I go no.
You spoke English though.
But because I was so hesitant, it came out as like a no, like French. So I got away with that one.
Oh my god!
Now, but that is not the peak of the story, because
You got no, but I'm proud. That's going to come out terribly on the microphone, but well done.
But trust me, there's going to be a lot. Trust me, it gets better. Right. So I go through and I go to my gate on the ticket. And I think, okay, right, I go in the queue. It's a bit long, but that happens. And I think at this point it is 8 o'clock and the kickoff is at 8:30. Might have been a bit later. I go to the thing, to the ticket, they scan it through, and then the immortal lines. Sir, we need ID.
Oh no! Why for you?
But it is for everyone. Which I had forgotten completely.
Because you left.
And all of my ID is in the hostel. At first, I try and rummage through my pockets to see if there's anything that I can prove in. The only thing I can find is the key to the hostel room, which doesn't have my name on it, obviously. So I think, oh God, I need to... Right. So I say, okay, right, look, I'm going to go back to a thing and get it. Because, damn it, I'm seeing this game, because the ticket was like €8. So I'm seeing this game. And so I basically run back on the tube, get down there and go and get the thing. Head out. I actually missed the first half hour of the game.
Really?
Yeah. And missed the first goal.
Oh.
First goal happened 3 minutes in, so there was no chance of me even seeing
Oh.
that. And also, the thing with that is that the Italian stadiums, a lot of them were upgraded a lot in the 1990s, or just before the 1990s when they had the World Cup. And the theme of traditional Italian stadiums is they're quite tall.
Right.
And my seat was very high up.
Mm-hmm.
And running...
Don't they have the biggest stadium in the world?
Not in Italy, no, but it's the biggest stadium in the world. The biggest football stadium in the world actually might be in North Korea.
Oh, yeah, the biggest stadium in the world is one in North Korea.
Yeah, but anyway, the point is that I was running up that, and it felt like the stairs would just never end. Mm-hmm. Eventually, I get up there and I'm very tired. But that is not the peak of the story, because the peak of the story happens a bit further back. The peak of the story happens just after I've realised, shit, I'm going to need to get back on the metro. I'm going to have to get back all the way to my hostel. And I'm just... Basically, I'm walking through and I'm really kind of fuzzed, like, oh God, I missed the game. Going like that. And as I'm walking through, there's little kind of fake merch stands and stuff like that.
Fake merch stands.
Well, as in, like...
Yeah.
People trying to sell counterfeit stuff on the cheap. It happens. Or it might be real stuff, I don't know. Maybe, but
Well, I'm surprised they don't try and shoo off those people with the bracelets.
You've got it in one.
Oh no.
Because it was at that moment that a guy comes up to me.
Oh no.
And he says, "Excuse me, sir, would you like this?" And this is great. And I hate to blow my own trumpet here.
Yes.
And I probably wouldn't have wanted to do this at any other time, but I was so frazzled, and so think that without even thinking about it, he comes to me, I turn to him, and I just say, "Fuck off!" and run away.
Damn.
And it was at that moment that the timer for the thing came up.
You just turned round to him and just said, "Fuck off."
Yes, and ran away.
Did you get into the game though, right?
I did eventually get into the game, yes.
Do you go to the same entrance and the same security guards there? And it was like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
But how many goals are in the game in total?
5.
Oh, so it was still a good game.
Yes,
So
and
you
all
only
of
missed one
the
goal.
goals happened in the second half. Well,
Oh.
most of the goals happened in the second half. There's only one goal that I missed.
How many was the score in the end?
3-2 to Inter.
So it was a very good game.
Yes.
Who scored the first goal?
Inter.
Okay, so they were winning from the start.
Yeah. But so I just like the fact that I essentially literally told a scammer to fuck off.
Damn. You got him.
I did.
I mean, I got my mum chucked me under the bus.
Yeah.
Right? She said,
But if you want to,
what was that? I was like,
if you,
Mum.
if you want to listen to that story, listen to, I can't remember which episode it is, but it has Hakuna Matata in the title for reasons that will become clear. So if you want to listen to that, go
I'm
down
surprised
your feed
you
and
should
find
have
that.
you should have just turned around to the guy and said, "Couldn't have
Yeah.
Fuck off."
And on that note,
Yes.
I think it moves on to our last segment.
The final segment.
Bottom of the alternatives.
The final segment.
The final segment.
My spot isn't hurting as much. If you are curious, listeners.
Good, good. We don't want you in pain, or indeed any listeners in
No,
pain.
no pain.
No pain involved.
No more. Oh,
No,
God.
no. Oh my god, we were about to say no more pain.
No more pain. Only dreams. No more tears. Only dreams.
Only dreams.
That's what you're doing. Anyway,
So, what we do at the end of each show for Bottle Alternatives is we take a section of a popular song, take the words, make each one of them the opposite of that word, fling the opposited words at our co-host, and it's our co-host's job to figure out what the original song was from those opposited lyrics. That's quite a quick explanation, I feel.
pretty good.
But Tim,
Yeah.
why is this section called Bottom of the Alternatives?
Well, Sean, I'm glad you asked. During the mid-20th to very early 21st century,
Very early.
there was a... I can remember this.
Do you reckon the Cheeky Girls killed Top of the Pops?
I wonder if they were ever even on it.
I'm not willing to Google that, but carry
I
on.
reckon they would have been. There was a, don't tell me, British Broadcasting Corporation.
Corporation!
British Broadcasting
I
Corporation.
may have been mouthing the word there.
No, but I got it in my
You
head.
did.
Yeah, so it was a British Broadcasting show called Top of the Pops, where once a week the biggest hot bands would perform live in inverted
Live,
commas,
be inverted
in
commas.
front of a live audience. They were a real audience.
Yes.
Yeah, if you get the words Top of the Pops, you opposite them, you get Bottom of the Alternatives.
Yes. It's somewhat clever.
It is clever. You came up with it.
I did.
I wish Top of the Pops would come back.
It would be nice, I feel.
The only problem is I think it just costs far too much now to get the big bands in. Because think of all the bands you had on top of all the bands you had on top of the
But
Pops.
it was top of the pop charts. There aren't actually that many bands in the charts, really. It's like one of the big reasons why rap music is very in vogue right now. Why studios carry on signing people for it
Yeah.
rather than signing bands. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not. I don't. When I'm saying this, by the way, I'm not trying to besmirch the art of rap. I suppose it would be. I'm not slandering it, but this is kind of a cold reality of it. Is that producing a rap album is quite a bit cheaper than producing a rock band album.
Yeah.
There's less people to get into the studio every day. There's less oftentimes you need to get people with different musicians and a lot of equipment to get in, and a rap album can pretty much be done almost all digitally apart from recording the vocals.
And often that's just done in a small studio with a microphone.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be, but you could I don't know, put a violin part in a rap song, but
Some people do.
yeah.
The only thing that gets difficult is the music video, but that's only often for 2 or 3
In fact,
minutes
I seem to remember there was a line. I think I heard this. I went down a YouTube hole and found this video from a guy called The Rap Critic, and he put on his his best favourite songs of whatever year it was, and there's a niche option where it's kind of like an underground kind of rap group they're kind of like a couple and they have kind of weird kind of aesthetics, and one of the lines I remember clearly was Well, I think it was making a rap album because anybody can, which is a damning indictment. I don't agree with that. I don't think I could, but you know.
What was the name of the guy? What was the rap where it was the one that was a rap taking the piss out of rap songs?
You might have to narrow that down a bit.
Big Shank.
Oh, Big Shack, yeah.
Big Shack, sorry.
Man's not hot.
Man's not hot. That's what it was called.
I said, take off your jacket. I said, babe, man's not hot.
Gold uckers. That's right now.
One those like garden holes.
I sometimes do use uckers now. I use it ironically, but it is funny. It's one of those ones that's just funny. It's not as harmless.
Yeah.
Uckers.
Uckers.
Bare uckers. So, with that, can I go first?
Actually, I want to go first, if you don't mind.
Okay, that is fine.
Okay. Right, so my bottle alternative, thank you for letting me go first, by the way,
You're welcome.
goes, like, that sounded so shady, goes like this. Aren't you catching you on? Yep, did feel therefore. Why me...
Whoa, what was that? I didn't even hear that bit.
Yep, did feel therefore.
Did feel... Oh, sorry, carry on.
Why me procrastinating, old man? This thinking this, I taking cycles, you mundane. I do have a spectator off a PLP50. You wasn't at a game for numbers last space I listened.
A lot to take in.
Yes.
Let's break this down. Let's go for the first line. First line was?
Aren't you catching you on?
Am I?
Yeah, am I? It's am I?
Catching, letting go?
No, I think...
Catching, throwing.
Throwing.
Are you... No, sorry, is it... Am I...
Oh, the second you there should be me.
Oh, shit.
So the word is actually you. I'll give it. So it's, you got, am I throwing you
Off.
off? I'm throwing you off.
Am I throwing you off?
Yeah. Yep. Did feel therefore.
No.
It's nope, but yeah.
Nope.
Did.
Didn't. Nope, didn't.
Didn't feel.
Smell.
No, it's
I said this one earlier. See.
think.
Think.
Therefore, which we agreed on is so.
So.
So it's am I throwing you off? Nope, didn't think so.
Is this a rap song by any chance?
No.
Sounds like a rap song.
I don't think it is anyway. It might be a rap part in it, but I don't know. Why me procrastinating, old man?
Whining.
No, why me?
Who's that?
No.
Oh, I thought I had it there.
Well, think of other question words.
Who, what, when, where, and why?
Another one.
Who?
Another one. Doesn't begin with W.
Where all the question
Think
ones?
of me, Tim.
Ugh.
No. Oh god, that's gonna be taken out of context. As in, okay, Tim.
Yep.
Say my name. If you say Heisenberg now, I'm going to give you... I don't even know.
Who's Heisenberg?
Breaking Bad. It's a Breaking Bad reference.
Oh, I've never watched it.
No,
I want to watch it.
I know, but literally, think of my name.
Sean.
Second name.
How?
There you go.
How?
Me.
You.
How you.
Doing. How's it going?
Yeah, it's how you...
How you doing?
It is how you doing.
Oh, how you doing?
But
All right.
but old man.
Young girl.
Another female word.
Lady.
How
How are you, young lady?
How you doing, young lady?
Okay, this is awfully polite.
This thinking this, I taking cycles, you mundane.
This thinking this.
Okay.
This. That.
And that's thinking.
Feeling.
That's
thinking that.
I, which would be
You.
taking.
Giving.
You.
Me.
Actually, I might have forgotten a word there. Is
Oh, this is really throwing me off.
Oh, it's meant to be... Actually, I suppose... Oh, no, I haven't. Cycles.
Cycles. Pedals. Drives.
Drives.
Yeah.
You.
Crazy.
Drives me
That's
crazy.
always a lie.
Crazy is mundane. I do have a spectator off a PLP50.
You don't
Don't. Yeah.
have... Was it the same or different?
Oh, yeah, have is the same. I forgot to do the opposite. That,
You
apologies.
don't have
A spectator.
the...
No, I know A is the same. A is the same.
A
Now, okay, let me think. I'll put it to this one.
supporter.
No.
Friend.
Well, if you have if this is a spectator, they are watching something going on. Normally, that is a game. So, what is somebody taking part in a game?
They are... I don't know. A man...
No. Somebody. No, there's a word for somebody taking part in an activity.
Contestant!
Another word for contestant.
Oh, I thought I had it. I couldn't think of any other word other than contestant. Sporting persons.
Sporting persons.
Athletes.
No.
Swimmer. Cycler.
You're going too specific.
Challenger.
No.
Contestant.
You already said that.
Ah. I don't know.
Do you want me to give it to
Yeah.
you? Player. Shaking his head.
Player.
Player.
I don't know this song. I don't know this song, Shaun.
You do.
It's
You
so
do.
confusing.
You do. You do know this song.
Okay, what's the next bit?
Okay. Off a PLP50.
In the...
Which on.
On the...
Now, PLP50 is a very small vehicle. Think of a large vehicle.
Monster truck.
It's truck, so I'll give you that.
Truck.
You don't
On the
have a
truck.
player on the truck.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
What does any of this song mean?
Do you give up on
No,
this?
it's just at the end of the song.
No, there's one other line.
I'm going to say the other line.
You wasn't at a game for numbers last space I listened.
I wasn't out.
No, I
I.
wasn't.
Yep.
No, but it's the opposite is. So,
I was.
the atta is the same. So, game.
Game.
Gain. With an N. Gain.
I was.
At a
Lost.
loss. So,
I was at a loss.
4, which I kept the same. Numbers.
Letters.
Okay, you take a load of letters together in a certain order.
Word.
Okay,
You're lost for
words.
words.
Last.
First.
Space.
Full.
Time.
Time. I was also.
I
You.
listened.
Heard.
It's I'll give
Said.
it. It's spoke.
I don't know.
It's That's what you are. That's what your thing
I
is.
know, but I'm lost.
Tim is just thrown where he wrote his own
What's that
song.
last line again?
But you think you worked it out as I was at a loss for words first time that we spoke. That you spoke. Sorry.
Is this like a really cheesy romantic song?
No. No. Did you give up?
I don't want to, but I just it's the problem. There's only so much information I can take before it just turns to gibberish, and I don't even know how the beginning line started. I don't even know what the last line. I don't know. Actually, I've already forgotten what the last line was. Sorry, I've got a memory.
I was at a loss for words first time that you spoke.
I was going to say the whole thing to me. I'll never get it. What is it?
The song
Yeah.
is "Promiscuous" by Nelly Furtado.
See, I don't actually know that song. All I know is Promiscuous Boy and Promiscuous Girl. That's all I know.
If you're wondering why I wanted to go first, it's because I know you referenced that earlier in the show because we both came up with it at the kind of last minute, basically. So I thought if I go first, just in case he's done this song as well, I'll beat him to the punch.
No, I just don't know the song.
Fair enough.
All I know.
You know of the song.
I say. All I say.
I'm gonna get you post-it
thank
notes for you.
I say. What I like about that song. It's got
not
like.
looking
It's
at
got.
the things, by the
It's got like a good background bit. It's like. I'm going to slaughter that. But... that's the best I can do.
If depending on copyright laws, I might put the backing track of that over that. See if we can get.
No, it's not. I just see if it gets copyrighted me singing it, because if it does, then it was that good. Oh, that reminds me of something funny I heard the other day.
Okay.
Somebody didn't know the name of a song,
Yes.
right? So they played. What was the idea? So it was hypothetical.
Right.
They didn't know the name of the song, but they knew how it went, and so somehow they had it on them. They uploaded it up to YouTube, and they used the YouTube
just
copyright.
typed in the...
They used the YouTube copyrighting.
Oh.
So then they knew what the name of the song was and the artists who did it.
Right, okay.
They sung it and then they got copyrighted or something.
Oh.
And then they found out who it was copyrighted by, and that's how they found out what the song was.
Right, okay.
That was interesting. That's how terrible the laws are.
Yeah.
Anyway, you ready? Mine's quite short in comparison.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm the bad pacifist.
I'm the bad pacifist.
Forced my disagreement.
Okay.
Drop myself down or polish on or front.
Or front.
Or
Tim.
oh no! Oh God! Wow, mine really is that short. Sorry. I'm going to start again.
Okay.
Because it really is that short. Sorry.
Right.
I'm the bad pacifist.
I'm the bad pacifist.
Forced my disagreement. Drop myself down or polish myself on or front out a unicycle.
Right.
That's
okay.
it. It's
Right.
really short.
So let's start the first line. It's,
Yeah.
I'm the bad.
I'm the bad pacifist.
You're
Yep.
a.
Yep.
You're good.
Yep. Pacifist.
Warmongerer.
Ooh, so pacifist. They are
They're anti-war, anti-weapons, gun.
They're anti-war.
Merchant, anti-war.
So
Peace.
I guess you're gonna have to kind of think along the lines of what would you say is the opposite of a pacifist?
Anarchist.
Yeah, that's actually probably more of an opposite. Yeah.
Okay.
Soldier.
You're a good soldier.
Yeah.
I am your soldier. Doctor Who reference there.
Forced my disagreement.
Okay, I think choosing.
Yep.
Choosing. What was it? Your disagreement.
My disagreement. So yes.
Okay, so your agreement.
No, I took a liberty here.
So right.
It's
so
sort of. It's still the same lines, but it's like a less extreme version.
Of disagreement.
It's a more extreme version of a disagreement.
Argument.
More extreme.
War.
Well, it's part of what builds up a war.
A battle.
Yeah.
You're a good soldier choosing your battle. This is not ringing any bells.
Yeah, I didn't think it would.
Well, go ahead for the last line. See if we can...
People don't know it for this part of the song.
Well, to be fair, people don't know this promiscuous for the bit I opposited. So
Yeah,
all's fair in all's fair in pacifist and disagreement.
Disagreement. Drop myself down.
Pick myself up.
Yep. And
Pick myself up and
polish myself
dust. We discussed this. Dust myself down.
on.
It's off. Dust myself off. Okay.
Or
And
front,
back
out,
in
a
the
unicycle.
car.
No.
Truck again.
Something that's equally uncomfortable to sit upon. Apparently. Allegedly. Doesn't have wheels. Doesn't have any
So
wheels.
it's something that doesn't have wheels and is uncomfortable to sit on.
Yeah.
A gentleman. I'm like, the way you said that made me imply that I was somehow close.
Not really.
Okay, a cactus.
Ooh, cactus. No. I think we're on the wrong...
A bed of nails.
It is a living creature.
A hedgehog.
It's something that you are meant to sit on. Well, you can sit on.
But it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Get quite sores from it.
Sores from... What?
Saddle.
Ah, saddle!
Yeah, unicycle.
Okay.
They're both pretty uncomfortable.
Right, okay.
Well, I guess a bike, what do you call it? It's just called a seat on a bike, right?
Yeah.
Not a saddle.
No.
No, okay.
I don't think so, anyway.
There you go. So,
Right,
so
you're a good soldier, choosing your battle, pick myself up, dust myself back.
dust yourself off.
Back in the saddle.
Yeah.
Now, so you said that this is a song that people don't know for this.
Yes. Unless you do. They might know like the first line, and then after like the first chorus, it just disintegrates. Nobody knows the lyrics.
So basically, I've got to try and find a song that nobody knows the lyrics. I've only known really for the chorus. Can I have multiple guesses?
Sure.
Okay. Right. My first guess. I think it's called "Tub Thumping" by Chumbawamba.
No.
I the one that you said I get knocked
No,
down.
but that kind of does enforce my theory that it really is a song that people only know for the...
Right, okay. So think of themes, so soldiers and battles.
Oh, and also nobody actually knows how to pronounce any of it. Because it's not real words for the chorus. It doesn't have exact... Well, maybe they are words, but they're not in English. But everybody just
Okay.
sort of... People just...
So
Man,
it's a chorus
the
and
more I
nobody
think-
knows how to... This is... I feel like I should be getting this straight away.
Yeah.
And so it's not in English.
I don't think it might... Parts of it
It isn't Despacito, is it?
No. But that's kind of on the same lines as...
Despacito... Actually, the when we found... I think we were talking on Skype and we found one of the last proper Skype calls we have. We've kind of stopped doing that now. But... yeah, I think... seeing the translated lyrics for this kind of inspired this segment actually. So right, so I'm trying to think. So it's right. So chorus isn't in English.
Sure.
Is it "Living the Vida Loca" by Ricky Martin?
Ooh, again, another good guess, but it's not that. But it still enforces my belief of how it kind of fits in that same category.
Right. Would you be able to tell me what language this chorus is in? Or would that be too much information?
Oh no, too much. I think if I say, I'm gonna say it.
Is it the Macarena?
No, it's. I assume it's in South African. There you go. You got
What?
it. It's in South. I assume it's in South African.
Is this the thing for the World Cup in South Africa?
Yeah.
Waving the flag? Is that what it was? Waving flag?
Oh, was it that one? It's Waka Waka.
Oh, is that the one by Shakira?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I think it says. How do you spell Tasmania? Is it Tsamina?
No, Tasmania would be TAS.
Okay, okay.
MAN.
What does the lyric go? Tasmania. Was that? Waka Waka. Nobody knows what it actually says.
Samina?
Yeah, what's that mean?
Samina Mina Zangalua. This is getting dangerously close to racism.
But you wouldn't think it's that song because nobody knows how to say it properly. I don't think, unless somebody does know.
Right, I mean, hang on. I'm just looking through. Well, hey, there's a surprising amount of lyrics to this song, and I scroll on your phone and. Oh right, sorry, I misread that. Your phone screen is quite cramped.
Broken, yeah.
And there's a line, so it's like it goes. The pressure is on you. You feel it, but you've got it all. Believe it. Mm-hmm. But because of whether it's the crack in the screen, whether it's just me misreading, one word changes that quite considerably. I thought it said the pleasure is on. You feel it, but you've got it all. Believe it.
Believe it.
And I think on that bombshell, I think that.
No, go say. Would you say it fits in that category? Nobody knows how the actual verses go. Yeah. But it's just, and people even know what the lyrics. The chorus is. It's just. Wasn't that when we had? What was that manager? Who was that manager at the time?
That would be Fabio Capello.
He looked like a real
Postman Pat.
Yeah.
Everybody said he looked like Postman Pat because he did.
What was wrong with his glasses? They were so square.
It's weird because Fabio Capello was a very successful manager everywhere else, but it seemed like the England job just drove him mad.
He did.
Because he took like the team on a really intensive altitude training course about a week, but in fact less than a week. I think a couple of days before the tournament started, and naturally everyone was knackered.
And we just lost.
Yeah, to Germany.
Yeah. Oh God!
Frank Lampard's goal.
I went to.
Or, it wasn't a goal.
Oh, we still would have lost though.
Yeah, but you know.
But I remember going up to the corner shop where people were going, ah! And I was like, oh, we scored a goal! It's like, what was it? Might have been like drawing. We might.
I feel like we may have been drawing at one point.
No, I don't think actually we lost. We lost considerably.
Hang on, I'm gonna get the
Oh, didn't we? No, we never had penalties in this last World Cup, did we?
What in the?
Did we?
No, we did. Last what, like 2018?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Colombia.
Did we?
Yeah, we beat them.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah, do you not remember that? Like everyone was celebrating like we finally won a World Cup penalty shootout. But yeah, on that note, I think that brings us to the end of the podcast. So thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed it, then please do subscribe to whatever you happen to be listening on. Give us a review on. Oh, Tim's raising his hand.
Has anybody emailed you?
I haven't actually checked recently.
Should we take a guess? I'm betting no.
Yeah, I would also guess no.
Are you going to check?
Probably not, because
Okay,
I dragged the thing on for so long. Yeah, so give us a review. We want honest feedback. If you think it isn't particularly good, then do tell us, because we do want to improve this podcast and make it something that's hopefully is very enjoyable.
Are you happy with the
Very
length?
enjoyable for us.
That's what I'm asking to them. Are they happy with how long
right,
it's been?
okay. Would you like to be longer or shorter? Then let us know. And oh, by the way, as I was doing that, I was googling the Germany-England game, and no, we were not level at one point.
No.
But because I think Germany scored in the 20th and 32nd minute, and then we scored in the 37th. But I think the Lampard thing, which happened basically just after the 37th, the first goal, would have taken us level. So I think that might be where you're getting confused.
Okay.
But I was getting confused. Yeah, I was getting confused. You weren't getting confused. You got it completely right. I apologise. So, anything else? If you want to contact us, that's it. Contact us. You can email us at throwingthebookpodcast@gmail.com. Again, we haven't had very many things, as we just said, but it'd be nice to get. You can be the first one. Make it an achievement, or you can get us on Twitter at @2inthebushpod. I think, yeah. So, anything else? I also have. I'm going to plug it a little bit. I also have a solo podcast about wrestling. It's called Throwing the Book. It's about fantasy booking, hence the name. If you want to go and listen to that, there's 6 episodes up so far. You can go on YouTube, Stitcher, and Acast, search Throwing the Book into all of those. Tim, you look really surprised.
I was just thinking, like, I was the first one to watch one of those videos.
Yeah, again, I haven't got very many views, but hopefully that'll build up.
I did like yours, a ukulele.
Yes.
I did like your ukulele.
I take a song which is very relevant to people in question, and instead of having an intro song, I play that song. Say they're interested in someone's music.
Try John Cena
on the ukulele. I will eventually have a thing that I have to play. I will at some point book a John Cena storyline. So when I do, I will let you know.
That'll get you a million views. Like make it really good. Absolutely nail it. Just go all out on the ukulele. Maybe even take your time.
Well, actually, properly produce it.
Yeah, produce it and record different segments of the back end. Sorry,
this is getting distracted. So yeah, and with that said, thank you very much for listening. Tim, say goodbye.
Bye.
And it is goodbye from me.